All right. We begins. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Crabby D&D. I am here with Sudz.
No.
Harlan.
Boy.
Snam.
I refuse to answer to that.
Snowman.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Jamie.
Yo.
And Infernal.
Hello.
Okay.
Hiss, hiss, mofos.
This is going to be a terrible session.
Oh, it is.
So.
It'll go down in
Yeah.
history.
Oh,
Chris, these puns, they're on you. You're encouraging him.
I know. It's fine. All right. So.
It's alright, I'm done.
Harlan doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know better. You do.
Okay. Oh man. Use this information sparingly. You will take a point of damage if this continues. Anybody who makes a snake pun will take 1 point of damage.
Oh, come on.
Oh, that's alright, I've got
Should be
plenty of
5
puns to go
points of
round.
damage.
No, it's 1. It's 1, so that I'm not banning it, but it will be discouraged.
Sasha
What
has
you're
an
saying
insane
here
amount
is-
of health here.
It will be discouraged. I'm taking 1 point off.
Alright, Elsyan, you take 1 point of damage.
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, fine. I'm flip-flopping on my opinion of these snake puns. I've got to be honest.
We'll see. Well-timed ones will be fine. You'll still take damage though. Anyway, so yes, usual announcements. Thank you to Sasha for all the artwork, including one which may get used today. We'll see. Well, if there's any tiles used, they're all her, so, you know, there's like 400 here.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a long 3 years. Anyway,
Um,
so yes, we are coming up to our 3-year anniversary. That will be next month. I'm looking forward to it because that's probably going to be the last session that we'll have for this year, depending on how things go. Early announcements: we do have a Christmas one-shot that will be happening, and we'll be playing board games or other things on Sunday leading up to Christmas, and then return in January afterwards. But that is an announcement way ahead of time. Thank you to Tabletop Audio for all the free sound, music, and everything else you provide. It is amazing, and I would definitely recommend go checking it out. There's a lot of stuff to listen to. Perfect 10-minute loops for music or ambience. It's amazing what you can actually get done when making Warhammer and listening to that music. So yeah. As well as making some custom classes, which are cursed. So, you know, usual stuff. Sam.
Sorry, Sam, were you snoring? Wait,
Yes,
shit, no,
I
that's how it actually sounds. Fuck.
Yes. Does he still take the hit point damage from that?
I think it's a crit failure, isn't it?
It's an
at that
attempt.
point?
It's an attempted one. Yeah, point of damage, fine. So yes, any of the maps, some were made in Dungeon Pit Studio, others were made on Incarno.com. Go check each of those out respectively. And this is done on Tabletop Audio. Oh, not Tabletop Audio, Tabletop Simulator. There we go. This was done on Tabletop Audio. That's an amazing program. Anyway, shall we begin? I'll take your
Yes.
precious
Yes,
silence
we should.
as a yes.
We should begin. Let's start, Chris.
Let's start. Yes. Okay.
And we're dead.
And you're dead. Yes.
And look at that. Wow, you're dead.
Yeah. So, last session, our party of adventurers: Elsyan, Queglod, Sasha, Malcom, Bern, and Rook had ended up in hell for varying reasons. One of it was curiosity, another bit was in chase of various lunar devil-like creatures. Upon arriving there, they realized where they'd ended up. A level of hell known as Stygia, an abandoned icy wasteland. And in an attempt to survive, they did all manners of jobs to try and succeed this. Trying to sleep near tar and digging into the ground. Sam, I am getting a little bit of echo from you, just FYI.
Noted.
But the party eventually came to a decision, and with some various events that had occurred, that they had made some deals with some devils. In exchange for a safe place to stay, they would take a fellow devilish creature, a hell rat, back to the material plane with them. With this agreement made and the party taking their rest, they travelled, using Bern's tuning fork to the ether, a nice and easy safe hop from hell as they found out a large radiant barrier stood in their way, with each of them taking a sizable amount of radiant damage, which was a small portion of what they otherwise may have taken. They landed in the ether, a wasteland of iron sands and weapons. Looking around and exploring, they found strange large holes, which we were told to avoid by other creatures of the natural inhabitants, before being pointed to a road. As they flew, making their way towards the road, the creatures began to emerge as night fell, and they were ambushed. The creatures known as Kree-Oni, black muscular forms, forearms embellished with gold and silver, as they otherwise ran in swarms towards the party, attacking them and partially overwhelming them. A giant backed them up, throwing these massive rocks and boulders made from condensed iron sand at the party. Some of the party took hits, and Bern was banished with the thought of using Word of Recall to return. But upon a interestingly timed arrival of some travellers or caravaneers, they helped the party survive and understand that sunlight was their weakness. With this, the party fled with them, heading back to the caravan where they were, staying there for the night before travelling on to a city called Ruala. On their way, a group of other nomads, guards, or roving band of raiders arrived and basically patted down and interrogated their caravan captain. With them hidden, the party, upon the word of Friends of Vesh, pulled themselves out from under the tarp, landed, and successfully avoided a fight by scaring off these raiders. Heading into the town of Ruala, they arrived, a large metal city. Iron and steel walls surrounding it. 3 central spires shooting up into the sky, with electricity shooting down the central one, which was also the tallest. They see the people here, the Etherborn. They stand about, some watch, some don't, as the party of fleshlings arrives and makes their presence mildly known. With the casting of a commune spell and a very near miss, the party member Malcom was dragged away by a guard as the city attacked him. For one reason or another, he was advised to not use such magic in the future inside of the city or get caught within its grasp. With this, the party noted that and travelled to various areas. Some of the party headed off towards the central spire to see what there might be present. They arrived to find some guards standing outside, and the caravaneers that they travelled with heading out after receiving their pay and passing on the package that they had delivered here. Malcom, on the other hand, went in search of a druid, someone who had studied these sandworms that they discovered in the previous day in a massive carcass-like form, a shell that it had shed as it was growing in size. Massive compared to purple worms, he was intrigued, and so went searching, but to no avail, unfortunately. But the party went and watched an arena fight, a singular one. A skilled combatant fought against another one, a champion of Vesh. As the call was made, the individual summoned beams of electricity, using them as whips, striking against his foe, and ultimately defeated them with little resistance, truly showing the level and strength of Vesh if this is his champion. With that, the crowds begin to disperse, bleeding away and out into these cities once again, many people passing you as you stand there at the edge of the walkway, looking out across the arena as it stands, as they begin to leave and bleed out slowly but surely. What would you like to do? As you stand there on the edge of the arena, you see the dusty sands below, the hardened iron seats that wrap up and around in this amphitheatre-like stage and seating arrangement. As you look behind you is the open way out and the empty seats as some fighters enter the arena and begin to spar.
mean, to be honest, there's not really a whole lot I want to do. I don't want to commit to any form of fighting at the moment.
Hey, Rook.
Because we've got to leave. What do you want?
Do you want to have a spar, bro?
It's a... What, with you?
Oh.
Sure.
Let's ask first if they allow.
Sure. When have we got to head back for Sasha's falling stone of stuff?
That's tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow night.
So, yes.
Tomorrow night.
So you've got about a
we
day
need
and
to
a
head
half.
back. We got about a day because I want to be back in time to. Because we also then have to, once we're back, get there.
Well, and collect your minion slash.
You know what?
creatures.
We'll leave tonight and then sleep in the material. All right? How does that sound?
Okay, we just got to make sure we go back for the lizard,
So
Malcolm's
you have
lizard at your
plane
dog.
shift, correct?
Yeah, I've got plane shift. Yeah,
Alright.
but and it would be good if we could get a material one and then we could just teleport. But at the moment, all I can really do is I can definitely get all of us to what do you call it? Adamanthia, except you, Bern, who I can send to some random place on the material. You're welcome.
Wait, did we use Did we have a rest?
Yeah, we slept, remember?
I mean, I have my 7th level spell slot, okay?
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. I mean, I could go myself.
I mean, you're welcome to do whatever the hell you like. I just want to make sure you get back safe.
That's true. I mean, the last time I landed up near number, but so.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Let's hope the next
Hopefully
time
you'll get sent back there again.
Yes.
They were not sent back there again.
Yes, that would be nice. Unfortunately, they did not.
Unfortunately,
Just
they died.
cut to a scene of cut to a scene of Infernal running through Oroman's ravine, yelling, "No! Fuck you, Sasha!"
It's fine, I'll just go speak to the headmaster again.
Didn't we kill him?
Did we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah, he
remember.
did. He almost killed.
I thought he was alive. Okay.
No, he's simply dead.
Alright.
He almost killed. He killed Rook. So, well, yeah, he did actually kill Rook.
Who killed
Don't
Rook?
worry, you got better.
It got better.
Yeah.
Who killed Rook?
The headmaster.
The big
Oh,
flesh
headmaster.
golem thingy.
Stupid golem.
Good times, good times.
Good time. Jeez.
That was before I
You
died.
really need to work on how you deal with other people, Bern. This is coming from me.
What do you mean?
Rook almost died permanently, and you just go, good times, good times.
Hey,
You
yeah,
see no
It's
problem
alright.
there?
remember that good time when he got killed and I was carrying his body? Infernal.
Good times. Good times.
Wearing his body like a scarf. Great times. Joking.
I hope you
I
didn't have to
feel-
go back.
I feel like there's a lot of tension here in this room today.
There's no tension. None.
Honestly, I think you're so tense we could actually build buildings on top of you, and they'd be structurally stable.
Well, that's fine as long as you don't attack me, because this city will also attack.
True.
What is it we're doing
I
exactly? I'm
wonder if that
confused.
works in the arena.
Ah,
I mean,
Okay.
Look, I'm ready to go whenever you are. I have no idea what we're doing here.
Right, we need to find a
Didn't we say we could potentially find a fork?
I mean, we should spend today trying to find a fort.
He said not in Malcolmville.
We need to find a collector, and they might have one.
I think
That's a
it's
Vicious Tower, but they won't be.
Yeah, they spoke to the girl.
I think it's a Rustsmith Burrows. I believe. I don't
Smith?
know.
What?
Whoa. Okay, just Elsyan just puts his hands over Sasha's. Does Sasha wear a helmet?
Yes.
Elsyan puts his hands over where Sasha's ears would be if she wasn't wearing a helmet. So just sort of on the side of a helmet. And so, don't say that S word. Sasha will get too excited.
S word.
You know.
Snake.
Stop. No. Why would
Does
snakes?
that count, Chris?
Take a point of damage.
Damn.
All of these are still worth it.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah, I have no doubt about that. But still.
100%. Damn.
No. The the hitting hammers to make.
Oh,
hammer-
Smith.
Yes. Oh, fuck.
Smith? Oh. No, I'm fine. I'm fucking with you.
Sometimes I just don't know.
No, true. It's a bit of a loose
That's
cannon,
fair.
that one.
You're a little weirdo, Sasha. You know that, right?
Yeah, honestly, I am a little weird. You try not being weird after all the shit we've been through.
Fair point. I have tried. I have not succeeded. What?
No, it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who would probably be the least weird in the party.
Queglod.
Queglod.
I don't know, because sometimes
Actually, no. Queglod
Queglod pulls some pretty
Queglod
weird
was
shit.
an old lady.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, but she hides it better than the rest of us. I mean, well, look, we've got someone who basically spends every waking minute being a dragon, so, you know, he's a scaly. We've got vampire who pretends he's still a human. We've got Elsyan, the
Just Elsyan.
no offense, the mummy issues elf of pretentiousness. Got
No-
me,
no offense,
the smithing, the smithing mad, clearly has attachment issues. Smith, and we've got Rook. Just Rook.
Has skull issues and family issues, apparently.
And Rook collects skulls.
I like
And
skulls.
is deeply scared of his wife, probably correctly, but still.
Yeah.
There are people you can talk to, Rook, if anything is wrong at home.
No, there's not. I tried that once. They went, we need to go talk to her. They were never seen again. Ever.
Is your wife a murderer?
There was no evidence. We could never prove it. Help.
It's the
Suddenly
big
this
boss at
went
the end of the
from-
campaign, just his
Rook's
wife.
But nothing actually special apart from they've just got a really powerful presence of fear, a frightful presence that just knows, fuck you, to all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. But what is it we're doing? I'm confused.
Right, we're
Still-
looking for a material plane tuning fork. We need to go
Okay,
to,
yeah.
need to go
that's
to
a
the
good place.
collectors. Collectors are in Vesh's Tower, seem to be the best place for it. And from there, we have to trade some of our items for it. And we have to offer our items.
We talked to the guards at the tower, though. What did they tell us? I forgot.
Don't know. You're expecting
I'm
me to
pretty
remember
sure they
5
said to
minutes
go
ago.
down.
Go
I-
down.
I believe they said go down into the burrows.
They said if you're looking for items, head down into the burrows, but if you're looking for a collector, they'll come to you.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, we
Well,
were trying
okay.
to show off our weapons, I remember.
Yeah, which is where Infernal's like, yes, I'm having Lauren's thing out on full
Yeah,
plumage.
that's why I wanted to do spar you.
Okay, I'll spy you. No, I'm not gonna. You cheat because you've got that stupid laughing crap.
I don't know what you mean.
Oh, Tasha's hideous laughter.
No.
Just.
No,
It's
is it
worse.
worse?
It's worse.
A lot worse.
Have I not been paying attention during other people's turns again? That's entirely what's been happening, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine, I'll spar with you. I don't mind. I don't plan on killing you, so it's not going to be a problem. Yet. Yeah, let's go spar.
I don't like how he said yet.
Okay. Do you want to actually fight in character, or do you want to just pretend spar?
I want to do it with when there's a. I want to do a bigger fight with Rook, so let's just out of character spar.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me d20s, both of you.
More of a show-off spar than an actual.
Yeah. You're not allowed to use lucky, by the way, for this. Okay. The two of you fight. After going down into the pit, you are not objected to go down. They don't seem to care if you're fighting, as long as you're fighting each other. The two of you spar, proceeding to fight each other. Bern, you're a little bit on your back foot, kind of holding a code of honor to not use laughing armor against Rook, because that would be really unfair. Yeah, just saying. With that occurring, you have your spar, you fight back and forth. There's a level of intrigue to it and some interesting nature to some of the attacks that come through. You practice various things, and it shows the growth in the skill that two of you have had. Where Bern could use a lot of his powerful spells and probably end you at any moment, but at the same time, a lot of them that aren't used for that still show a level of strength, reducing your size, making you a small creature, followed by firing off fireballs and other spells, knocking you down and just running away, has shown to be fairly helpful against Rook, but Rook still does a hefty amount of damage. It ends in a little bit more of Rook's favour, but you spar. Go ahead and roll me a d100, please, Bern. 41. Okay. If anybody has taken notice, they have not made themselves known to you.
Can I insight around the area or perception to try and figure out if anyone has taken notice?
Go ahead. I will say perception if you want to get a general gauge on the number of people that are watching, or insight if you want to try and gauge the intent of a few of the people watching. The insight DC will be a lot higher.
Can I do the insight?
If you want to do two separate checks, I'll allow it.
I'll do a perception, you do the insight?
Yeah!
Okay,
Couple power!
15.
Ha! Not one!
Okay. You're more interested in watching the fight. You don't see, you kind of watch and you learn, plan and you scheme.
Hit him with the chair! The chair!
Sasha, we're sitting on the chair.
That's why I'm hitting him with it!
Who are you hitting? As a chair comes in and smacks you in the face.
As Elsyan, you look around, the people around the area, there are some watching. There are some fighters and so on watching, but there doesn't seem to be anybody of interest. You don't see anybody who might stand out against the crowd. Everybody here is either a fighter, an attendee, or a guard. That's about it.
Well, strange. Oh well. Sort of gonna mentally shrug.
You bout for a while. You have a few rounds, a match off against one another, and you take your leave, stepping out of the ring.
Alright. Shall we head down then, I guess?
Quite. Let's do it. Let's do this.
Okay. You head down to the burrows. I would like the person who's helming this to make me a survival check, please. Or a perception check.
I can do survival.
Means you're Halman.
Yep.
Got the one up front.
So that's +6.
Okay,
23.
23. Heading down in through one of the nearby kind of slopes leading down, you head into the burrows area. You see that it is a large, expansive, open area with a few of the buildings which connect to the ceiling and otherwise, you presume, lead to the surface. You see a number of pillars that support the area around here, as it is not necessarily a bustling community, but there are people here still. As you look around and walk through the streets, you can see lamps. Otherwise, these large, kind of dark metal poles that reach up with a glass ball on the top with this light blue and golden flame which flickers in place. The glass itself is inscribed with a few light blue runes on the outside of abjuration magic for those of you who are more heavily magically orientated.
That means me.
Anybody but Rook, basically.
Elsyan gets excited anytime there's magic, and I know what it is now.
You do. It seems to be some form of protection against anybody who might try and break it, but you kind of get a look and you can see the area around here is interesting. The people, the Aetherborn, go about their business. As you're kind of wandering through the streets, you see what looks to be a small group of goblins, about 4 of them. They are completely brown-skinned compared to the typical yellows or greens you might see. These ones are completely brown-skinned, very much tanned with several wrinkles as they're currently busy tearing what looks to be a piece of armor apart. As one of them takes what looks to be some form of like special hooked dagger, as they take it and they begin to pry off sheets of metal and they toss them behind them. As you see another goblin with these massive oven mitts picks them up and throws them into this light blue golden fire, where a Aetherborn otherwise sits stoking the fire, and they say a few things back in Goblin as they begin like talking and chatting to one another. Do you wish to listen in, Rook?
Yeah, why not? I'm a nosy sod.
Okay. Listening in, you hear what they're generally saying as the goblins kind of like all talking to one another, just general work banter, as the Aetherborn behind says, "Hurry up with this. We've got deadlines to meet. Want to make sure I can get what I've done early so that I can go home. Got plenty of things to take care of there as well." "All right, boss. We'll make sure we get it all done." "Ah, look, more of those fleshlings. Wonder if they're with that tiefling that came through earlier. Maybe he was looking for someone. Not sure who, but meh. Well, if they find him, good luck. And if they are with him, anyway." As they begin to like tear the metal apart, one of them says, "Oi, hands me the pliers."
So apparently they've seen Malcom.
Makes sense. He did come through her.
Ooh, which way did he go?
Do you want me to go ask them?
Go for it.
Sure.
Sure. All right. I'll go over and ask them what direction did Malcom head in. Oh, Tiefling. Head in.
You say that in Goblin. Kind of
Yeah.
turns and goes, "What tiefling?"
Okay, that other fleshling that you saw. Where did he go?
The Aetherborn stands up, kind of walks up, stops stoking the fire, kind of hands the poker to one of the others, walks over and just says back in Goblin, "Is there something I can help you with?"
I was just trying to inquire what direction did they see the other fleshling go in. We're trying to find him. Don't know where he's gone.
Oh, you know. 5 iron pieces. And I'll tell you where.
5 iron pieces.
We
I
don't
don't
know.
have iron pieces now. What have I got in my inventory that I can just hit him with? I'm not hit him with, pass him. Once upon a time I did have traps, but
can
that
I-
got fed
quick
to a
question.
rust monster.
How does the ether fire look, by the way?
Is
How does the ether fire look?
Just like a
Strong?
5.
Potions, mithril shards, hempen rope.
I mean, I think he'd
tools.
like the mithril shards, but I don't think you should give them to him.
No, bow, ley lines book, nets, sword hilt of rare material. All right, yeah, that's that, right. Bullshit fucking. Oh right, yeah, that's my book. A bag of holding, 6 new jars. Can I give him my old blacksmith tools? Would he take them?
You pull them out and he has a look at them. Worth it for scrap at least. Sure. He kind of takes them out, throws the bundle behind as they clang. One of the goblins just picks up one of the pair of tongs, just like snapping it for a bit. Then he immediately just jams it into the plate mail in front of him and begins tearing it apart with it.
So he picked up some tongs, did some test clicks with that. That'll do.
Yeah.
Nice.
If you're looking for your tiefling friend, down the road there, second right. He was looking for somebody.
Okay, cool. Thank you anyway, and enjoy the tools. Guess he's down the road and to the right.
Yeah, wonderful.
Heathborn turns back around, snatches the poker.
Why'd you
begins
give him
poking.
your tools?
Why did
Yeah,
I give him
what-
my tools? Oh, because he's like, oh, you got to give me 5 bits of iron, and I don't have iron. And no, the only metal things I had that really didn't serve a purpose because I have like dark steel ones now. So I was like, yeah, take them. Frees up
Fair
a bit of
point.
room in inventory.
I do wonder if we could palm off some of my spider orbs on these people.
But I might be able to.
I mean, I've got quite a few of them. Might help a bit.
Hmm.
I wonder
Okay.
if this place's reckoning they count as weapons. Probably not.
No. Well,
Are you saying somewhere in
s-
the ether there's just thousands upon thousands of these spider orbs just swarming around attacking nearby passages?
No, because Chris, they have that. They have to be activated by someone.
But what if the
someone.
ether can activate them, Sam?
I like that.
What if
They'll
they
just
are
be-
the city?
They'll just be
my
Elsyan
God.
swarm of bulls.
This
Just-
Elsyan steps up and is like, "Well, okay, these ones obey me. Will the small army obey me?" As he starts doing hand gestures. Ah, they will. Excellent. Zap Sasha. Actually, no, that's a lot of them, and they do 1 damage a time. Oh no.
1,000 points of lightning damage.
It's an army we should find a way to take back with us.
You just hear Sasha go, still not
Not bloody.
bloodied.
I just won't
Oh,
die.
I like the thought on Sasha's gravestone. It's just still not bloodied is written upon it.
No, I'm absolutely gonna have it set up so that if I ever do give up on living and decide to die, my corpse will be on a spring so that whenever anyone comes near my grave, it's just like blast zombie Sasha.
You know who you have to leave that sort of a quest with, right?
Yes, it's you.
It's me.
Elsyan, please go ahead and roll me a d100.
This scares me.
Is this for corpse Sasha?
I like
30.
it. I
Three.
don't,
No, that's
Three.
three.
3, sorry, yes. Yes, I'm with you. I apologise.
Okay.
3.
You begin heading down the road and towards Elsyan, or not Elsyan, Malcom. You see Malcom in the distance as he's currently kind of just looking around, just doing a little bit of speed walking. As you rush to catch up, Malcom, you notice the rest of the party behind you. You turn to look, you see the party kind of catching up with you, at which point you notice behind Elsyan an individual begins to walk forward towards kind of at speed towards the party.
decapitate them, decapitate them, decapitate.
Oh,
Are you there,
it's
Malcolm?
Malcolm?
I guess not.
I couldn't talk.
Ah.
I could hear. I walked at speed towards Elsyan.
Ah, Malcolm, there you are.
Going towards Elsyan, but I'm keeping my eyes fixated on this individual.
Okay.
Would I notice this?
You do. With your passive perception, you would.
Elsyan's gonna stop and turn around.
Okay. You turn around as the individual begins to make their way towards you. They kind of stop as you look at them. They like vaguely stop. You see a Etherborn behind you, a little bit shorter than the others, and otherwise like brings his hands together in front of him. One kind of a, not necessarily a fist, kind of a relaxed fist, and the other one just kind of wrapping around it as he moves forward as the form moves forward towards you, and begins to speak in common.
Oh,
Someone
do
can speak
that.
a proper language here. Wonderful. Okay. And yes, Elsyan is that tourist that goes away to Spain and then complains about all the Spanish people.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
The individual approaches and kind of stops just off of the edge of you all. You're I've heard from the guards that you're looking for a collector, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
My mistress is interested in collecting various things. If you would be interested in an audience with her, I think there are various things that you would have that might warrant such an audience.
Who is your mistress?
The fact that you don't know means you're new here. It is probably better you speak with her in person.
The name.
Oh, it's the lady he mentioned, the one who our caravan guy is no longer on good terms with.
Nesso.
Nesso?
Yes, that's so.
Unless... Okay. Yeah. I need to pay attention to what other people say more often. Well,
If you
Do we
are
have any-
interested,
I mean, what items have you seen that we have that we should be interested in?
she,
Out of curiosity.
the form kind of just looks at you, a little bit of curiosity, kind of does a nod towards your axe before doing a nod towards Law, the dragon hammer, and towards no, it's just Law you have out, isn't it?
Yeah.
At the moment, yeah. So your axe, Law, and the dragon hammer.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna wish her the best of luck with that one. All right,
We
okay.
could ask her on if
play
she
along.
wants thing.
you can play along, get a hold of what we want from her, and not give her what
No.
she wants, and try and
I mean,
leave. But it's not going to work like that. Let's face it, nothing works like that. But we can dream.
Hmm.
We could barter with the lightning thingy we got.
Lightning stick of death.
Hey, that's my lightning stick of death.
How
I like
attached are you to the lightning stick of death?
Not really.
He hasn't even used it.
It's
Honestly.
It's just a stick of death currently.
Mm.
It's
Stick
there.
of death.
It's a fancy light blue glow stick of death.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's what I
So-
use to light the passageways when I don't have the lighthouse gem in.
So we could always barter with Malcolm's stick.
Why would you
Yes,
have to say it like that?
stick.
Why would you have to say it like that?
Because I do.
So, are you
I can't help
interested in an audience?
What have we got to lose? Why not? Yeah.
Then please follow me. I don't want to be around here any longer. And Form turns and begins walking at a pace. Do you all follow?
Onwards and
I
upwards.
suppose so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. I'm just gonna follow.
Potentially ask him about the guy Malcolm's looking for.
Maybe. Female. Don't know who she is or her name. So it'll be hard.
Yeah. As you head, as you follow this individual, they lead you not down but up. The way that you had just come up towards the arena before walking out over towards the spires. The individual kind of approaches the guards. You watch as he pulls out what looks to be this kind of golden iron emblem. Just kind of shows it and then gestures towards the rest of the party, saying a few things in Primordial. They all nod, and the two of them nod, and they begin to open the gates towards the spire itself. As they do, the individual beckons you in. As you make your way in, you can see there is a large ground floor made up of these large squares of metal. Not the typical metal colour, though, not the grey or silver iron, but more of a dark red and blue in various places. You see that there is within the spire itself, another spiral going up through the centre that leads up to a lower platform and ceiling that stands about 40 feet up from this central chamber. You see what look to be staircases leading up, one to the right, one to the left, and one forward, which then leads up and around in a spiral fashion. The individual you are following takes the rightmost stairway. As you follow them up, your feet kind of clanking against the metal floors here, you begin to feel a shift in temperature, going from the dryness of this area to a more of a cold sensation. The door before you is opened as you travel through a corridor, a completely smooth corridor that leads inwards before you see what looks to be another spiral staircase, this one spiraling upwards, with this large kind of glassy blue cylinder that rises up through the middle of the spiral staircase, allowing you to see down to the lower levels, and occasionally you see this shoot of electricity travelling upwards. As you follow it up, and arriving at another doorway, the individual knocks, and you see the door is opened up before you with several other individuals similar in general shape and size, all Etherborn, all looking around as he kind of bows, moves to one side and gestures for you to enter. You see before you, I assume you're entering?
Yeah.
As you enter, you see before you a very different scene to the rest of the land around you. You see what looks to be it's an interesting sight, to say the least. You see what looks to be a rather large open space with a bright red carpet lining the floor here. Metal chains hang from the walls on either side with a few weapons attached to the ends of each. You see guards posted all around the room. The different individuals in the same kind of prestige and armor as the ones below who were guarding the city walls. These ones just standing here and looking out, kind of keeping an eye on the surroundings and the scenario. You see behind her what looks to be some form of large metallic form, beefy metal arms and plates with holes at various locations, a massive built metal torso, and a helmeted head, as the form stands there stationary, with what looks to be this large, kind of dark purple blade embedded next to them in the wall. A creature that you've recognized from your travels before. One that was in a shop back in Crag Anvil. This is an iron golem.
Oh boy.
As you enter the room, kind of getting this look around at this very different scene, you see a female form with what looks to be a large scarf otherwise thrown over her shoulder, as she otherwise turns and kind of looks at each of you with intrigue, says a few things in Primordial which none of you quite comprehend, before she turns to you and says in Common, "My guide has brought you here. Apparently you were looking for someone to speak to barter with."
What language is she speaking?
Common.
Okay, cool.
Yes. Actually, I'm not the best person to speak with. Someone else go.
Yeah, it should be Bern.
It should be Bern.
Infernal.
8 people in his room can't speak. Somebody else will have to.
Yes,
sure.
we were looking for someone who is a collector, and I suspect you are definitely something of the sort.
That I am. Are you looking to sell? Or are you looking to trade?
We're willing to sell, but we're looking to trade.
Very well.
We're not from here, as you can no doubt tell. We're from the material plane, and, well, it'd be nice to get back. There are ways to do this, but they're not the safest. However, there are items, tuning forks, that can make it a lot easier.
I am aware.
Wonderful. We are wondering, amongst other things, if there may be the possibility of trade for a tuning fork that is tuned to the material plane.
She, currently standing in her position, you watch as she leans on the countertop, kind of her fingers spread apart as she leans on the desk, kind of looking at each of you before she begins to look up at the various weapons that hang above. You have nothing in my collection, but you have things on you. A tuning fork is a rare object, increasingly so from another plane. What were you offering?
We have a number of skills and items that may be of use to someone like yourself. Guys, do you want to help me out here? This is out of character. I genuinely don't know what we have to offer.
I'm
I
going to pull out my
Yeah, we've got Malcolm's
spear of
stick.
lightning.
Yeah.
Okay.
See
You
if
pull
it
out the
might
spear of
be
lightning.
any value.
You watch as she snaps her fingers and points, and you watch as one of the guards moves over to request it, placing his hand out for you to place it in there.
I sit it in his hand.
Okay. He takes it, and you watch as there is a surge of kind of purplish energy that travels up his hand and into the staff. You watch as the staff's wooden components begin to almost crack and blister as the energy travels through it, before it hits the crystal at either end. He takes it and turns it and walks towards this female form and kind of shows it to her. You watch as she kind of lifts it up off of his hand, taking more of a delicate look, before she spins it slightly in the air, holding it almost as if she'd be using the weapon. The energy continues to flow through it, and you watch as the wood begins to splinter and buckle. It's not faring well. As she turns it, she looks back and passes it back to the guard, who returns it back to you as she says, "Unfortunately, objects of a more wooden variety are less useful here." As you are passed back a damaged version. It has lost all its charges for today.
Yeah.
Which means roll me a d20. If you roll a 1, the staff breaks.
Fucking bitch.
Yeah, this is her. No!
Wow.
Okay, that's her fault though. Can we get a retcon?
No.
No.
Can I?
Can we get a refund?
It's
No.
not.
I can get a refund.
Fight and kill her.
Oh, look at that! You
as the
broke one
as
of our
the-
items.
As the item enters back into your hand, you kind of hold it there for a moment, and you watch as the wood begins to splinter and fall away, the kind of the purplish energy pulling through it, as you feel the magic fade from the item. It is no longer magical.
Well.
I'm just gonna look at her like.
I honestly thought it was a metal spear.
Yeah, so did
Yeah.
So did I.
I forgot it was wooden.
I will double check
Well,
its
no, I
description
don't-
for you just to make sure,
I mean-
because that would retcon it if it is a metal spear. I thought it was wooden. I will double check just for
Yeah,
the.
It's
For the
going
sake
to
of
be
it.
very rare. It's going to be very rare
Yeah.
that a spear that doesn't have wood as the haft, because that's just a
But it
better
was-
material to make it out of.
But it wasn't it was lightning based for the entire time, so that might
Yeah.
so a metal lightning staff seems.
Did I post it? I'm currently scrolling up through the chat to see if I posted it. Staff
You
of
did
Lightning
post
Strikes,
it.
a dark metal staff. You are correct.
Yeah.
Oh, retcon! Yay!
So as she, that was my bad. I
Fix,
thought it
fix,
was
fix,
metal.
saved.
Yeah. So as she takes it, you watch as the metal begins to go kind of dark with these purple veins, as she otherwise takes it and looks at it. Interesting, but not necessarily a weapon. Its value would be less, but it is still valued. And you say you'd be willing to part with such an item?
Yes.
For the right items.
Of course.
Yes.
And you watch as she kind of
Am I-
lifts it up, and you watch as a chain from above kind of swiftly strikes down, wrapping around the staff and pulling it upwards as it hangs within the collection above. She looks at it, looks back at all of you. That would get you a tuning fork. One specifically marked to the material plane would cost more. But a base one to allow you to attune to anything you will would still be within the answer for that.
I mean, I'm willing to get
just-
that because we can attune it to a certain place that we know.
Yeah, how long does it take to tune?
48 hours of concentrated ritualism.
I can possibly do
We
that.
can get back home, like, already, so this is just, like, a nice thing to have, just in case.
Yeah, could I...
We don't necessarily need it right now.
Yeah. Could I ask, do you know if I switch to Scholar? Do you know if, or have seen anyone with a quill?
You watch as she snaps her fingers again. The individual is going to ask for the book. You will
Not
not
sure
have,
how
you
this
will
is
not
going
have
to
to
work.
unattune from it. It is made of metal
Okay.
as well, so...
Okay. I will say, I am not trading this, but the
I
quill is a
understand.
second part for this.
I understand,
Alright.
but if you want it half found, you will need someone who is
Alright.
able to locate such items.
I'll hand it over.
Okay. He takes it for a moment. You watch as the energy surges through it, and he passes it to her as she draws some symbols in the air. I don't know if any of you... I know a few of you can learn this spell, so I'd like... those trained in Arcana, Sasha and Malcom, to make... and Elsyan as well, I think. I'm just going to check who might know this spell. Who can learn this spell.
Oh,
That's a 21 for me.
With mate.
You reroll ones.
whatever it is, it's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
good enough for me.
Well,
Let's see. Who can learn this spell? Bards, clerics, druids,
That's
paladins,
11.
rangers, wizards.
So everyone but me, but I got a 21.
Okay.
I got a 27, so
Okay. You can roll as well, Rook, if you want. You can learn this spell.
I
Really?
got a
Yeah, you can. The
17.
DC will be higher because it's a level of spell level that you're not familiar with yet.
I got 7, so that's
Probably not.
no.
Okay.
is it detect magic or identify by any chance?
I got 17.
17. No. As you watch, she casts the locate object spell.
Oh,
I already know that spell.
I know, but I wasn't sure if any of you had it prepared.
I think I do actually. Or I did previously. I might have changed it when we were on our
Anyway.
last snap.
You all know what it is. As you look and you see, she casts the locate object spell. You watch she concentrates before she just passes the book back to the guard. Its other part is within range. Not necessarily in a desirable location, though.
Oh no.
Any hints as to where?
I take it you don't trade in iron pieces, given you are fresh here.
No.
Not
Nope.
yet.
We're not carrying any on us, but we will return.
One day. If you want to know this information, I'll trade it for... 400 gold pieces. And you will learn where this information is. But I will not help you get there.
So
I'm willing.
I'm
If
willing
you need
to
some,
I will. I know. I
just,
hand in 400.
just
That is a
accept the first price.
fine, acceptable.
What do you hand her?
I hand 400. 40 platinum.
She takes the platinum, passes it back. 400 gold.
One of those, huh?
oh wait,
Who has gold on hand?
I do. Don't worry. Give me that 40 platinum phone now.
Wait. So you value gold but not platinum. How does that work?
They can't exchange the currency. They have no ability to change the currency, so 400 gold will be melted down and used for items. 40 platinum is worth nearly nothing.
It's the sheer amount of material that they want,
Yes.
rather than...
Yeah, its
Rather
value
than
will be the same. If an object is 400 gold, then you can buy it with 40 platinum, but only if the creature will accept that.
Bear in mind that we are in a completely different realm of existence.
True, but they
Was
do
it a
have
first level spell, Chris?
Right.
What?
second level.
Or was it a
Second level.
cantrip? Second level.
Second level locate
Anyway.
object.
Here,
No.
have 400 gold, please.
Equivalent exchange.
The thing is, we
Oh.
can't actually
First level.
also. We couldn't actually cast locate object because it's divination.
Yeah.
Only in the city.
This is still in the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bear in mind,
Chris desperately goes, "Oh shit!"
No.
guys,
There is probably.
she's one of the bigwigs of the city. This ain't a small fry. She probably has ways around it. Like how Dumbledore can apparate within Hogwarts. He shouldn't be able to, but he can.
I heard you slam your desk.
Oh, wow. That's a pure rage there.
To be fair, at least part of that was at least part of that was Forks.
Yeah, but still.
Anyway, this isn't Harry Potter.
Yeah.
It's close
Yes,
enough.
it is, Chris.
Snarry Snotter.
Can I say I'm a little
Chris,
Chris,
take
take
one
one
hit.
of that.
Spreading.
It's fine.
What?
The next creature will take 2 points of damage. It's fine. There you go.
I think
Alright, so Elsyan, could you give me
Yes,
that?
I've given you the
I'll give
gold.
it to you.
Yeah. And what did you say, Queglod? Simon?
Just that I'm very concerned. The curse of referencing Harry Potter is spreading.
Why?
Because I don't want to be affected.
Okay, so you hand her the 400 gold. She takes it, kind of places it upon her desk. The quill you seek. And she points upwards and away. You'll want to speak to Vesh for that.
Right.
And
Wonderful.
a bit of extra information. It is the same with your sword. Looking at you, Bern.
Thank you.
He has both of them.
Great.
Uh,
Alright, so how's our
stuff to trade.
You went quiet all of a sudden.
Alright, so about that extra plot of land, I wanted an iron making for the factory.
That's not how
my
that
God.
works.
We could make a smeltery though, because that could actually work quite well for her.
True.
Adamanthio is a mining town, if I remember correctly.
It is, yeah. You could make a blacksmith area, given you're in the blacksmith's district, so...
I say to her, I will accept the tuning fork for you.
Very well. She does another snap, and you watch as one of the other guards just moves over, kind of reaches his hand into a portion of the wall where you watch as this kind of blue and golden film peels away as he pulls back a box. He brings it over to her, and you watch as she flips open the metal lid and hands you this single platinum tuning fork worth 250 gold. As she hands it straight to you.
I have a request. Could you do the same thing? I'm looking for the counterpart of my axe. Shows axe. I can't hand it to your guard. It will end badly. This thing's cursed. It hurts people. Could you locate where it could possibly be? I've got. Yeah.
And she kind of... There's a slight squinting in the energy that is her eyes as she looks. She snaps her fingers and the guard will otherwise move over and ask for the axe.
You will die. We're letting you know now. If you touch it, you will die.
Look, I will
Not,
give
not
you.
like on purpose or anything. It just happens.
Yeah,
I'm just going to fight some lizard people because of it.
No, that was my. That was
Okay, well, consider yourself duly
So-
noted. This thing is not great, so I will hand it reluctantly.
Okay. As you hand it to him, you watch as his arm surges with that purple energy as it begins to fight the energy of the axe. You watch as he begins to lose to it. The energy surges through his hand, and you watch as the bright silver begins to go a tarnished grey, and the guard immediately drops the axe. Make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
8 plus
Easy enough.
3.
As the axe begins to fall, knowing this was going to happen, you reach out and snag the axe before it strikes the floor and ruining potentially the carpet. As she moves over to the guard, you watch as she places her hand on the just above the wrist and more of the forearm, where it is now tarnished too, and you watch as the tarnished portion of his wrist otherwise snaps and falls off. As this happens, you watch as a glowing purple energy begins to occur around the base of the stump. And you watch as she snaps her fingers and the guard wanders off back to his position. He will recover. But it is a learning position for sure.
Yeah.
She moves over and puts out her hand.
Oh God!
Wait.
Are you
Go
sure
well,
about
or
this?
go badly.
I need
I must
you
at
to
least
agree
try.
that-
I may at least try.
Okay. So I'm gonna have your consent. You know what could potentially happen.
I
I
understand.
will hand her the axe.
She says something in Primordial as the rest of the guards all kind of nod. She takes the axe. Okay. You watch as the energy that surges through her, the purple wave, shoots up her arm and into the axe. You watch as the darkened energy coalesces around the axe head, but where she holds it, it remains purple. She holds the axe for that moment, and you watch as what look to be streaks of purple energy turn red as they shoot down her face and across her arm, as if it's hurting her, but it's not debilitating her. As she holds it there, she otherwise concentrates as she slowly begins to draw the symbols for locate creature or locate object. You watch as her eyes shoot open and she otherwise lightly tosses the axe back at you. You grab it as she pulls her hand away. You watch as several of the lines across her face and chest and arms have now turned red. She takes a step back, kind of leaning against her desk somewhat. I know not where it was. It is not close, that is for sure. But it has a counterpart. Somewhere.
Well, thank you for looking, nonetheless. I will give her. Do you still want payment?
She puts up her hand. No. It's good to have a challenge once in a while.
Fair. Okay. She's brave
That
than I
right
am.
here, the cleric.
I doubt your magic would help someone such as myself, but thank you anyway. Is that all? Or were you looking for more to trade, as she gestures to the various weapons above?
Can we inspect the weapons, like, around the room?
I will say anybody who's proficient in Arcana, Perception, or Investigation can go ahead and make a roll using their respective check. The DC for each gets increasingly harder depending on which one you're using.
I will do investigation.
Okay. What? This was Arcana.
Arcana, Perception, or Investigation. Your choice.
What if you're proficient in all of them?
Then you may take your pick, and I will tell you now that it goes Arcana, Investigation, and then Perception in terms of tiered difficulty.
I'm going for Arcana. Plus 10 to that, the other's a plus 8.
I'm doing investigation.
Okay.
That is
18.
19.
So that's 21.
That's 24.
Okay, wait, hold on. So let's go around the board. Queglod?
19 in Arcana.
And Arcana. Bern?
24 Arcana.
Okay. How many luckies did you use, by the way? Just one or two?
I won't.
Okay.
I'm back.
Rook?
21 investigation.
Okay. Malcom?
I haven't rolled.
So if you're proficient in Perception, Arcana, or Investigation, you get to choose.
perception. It's the only one I'm in. It's 13.
Okay.
It's the
Elsyan?
only one I'm proficient in.
18. Arcana.
18 Arcana. Okay. Queglod and Elsyan, the two of you look up. You can see there's a large majority of magical items up there. They look interesting enough, and all of them are weapons. Some of them look like enchantments you've seen before, others less so. You see one which looks to be this kind of goldish rapier of some form. You see that along its edge it is this light blue, silver and gold as it radiates a small amount of light as it's just held aloft there. It's an enchantment you haven't seen before, but it's one that you recognize to be similar to that of maybe you've heard tales of Frostbrand, and the counterpart to it, the Flameblade. It seems to have some form of resonance to that, but it's a bit more radiant. Queglod, you notice this and you look around, you can see a few others. You can see a quarterstaff of some form, which hangs there in 3 pieces with a chain connecting the two of them. But there is an electrical tether wrapping around the chains themselves. It seems to have some form of magical resonance to it. Rook, yours was investigation, correct?
Yep.
Your total was what again?
21.
Looking up, you see the same sorts of weapons, but you take more note of what looks to be a axe. It's an interesting axe. It's made of a kind of a dark brown metal of some form, with these large kind of craggy spikes along the edge of it. The main exterior of it looks like stone, but it is like hardened metal. It's an interesting axe, but not necessarily one that you'd recognize or know what it does. Malcom, with your 13 in perception, you look up, you see weapons. A few catch your eye because of their interesting detail. Whether you know they're magical or not is another matter. And Bern, with your 24 in Arcana, you look up. You look through a number of them. A number of them are magical, a few of them are interesting. As you see one that does catch your eye. You see what looks to be a nice short dagger. But you see the inscriptions across the surface of it are otherwise read in Primordial, a language you don't necessarily understand, but you see the script of it. I believe Primordial script is Dwarvish, actually.
Yes, it is, actually.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
do you read Dwarvish, Bern?
Other actors do.
Not just point it out to Sasha.
Sasha, you're quiet.
Sorry, I'm a little far away. I only just got back.
Okay. Primordial, Orc, Goblin, Gnomish, Giant, and Dwarvish all are written in the Dwarvish script.
I know none of them.
Goblin.
Yeah, Goblin is Dwarvish
Really?
script. Yeah,
So I can read Dwarvish script.
yeah, you can.
Huh. Did not know that either.
So can you read that, Bern, or no?
Well, it's not in my known languages, but I can't cast comprehend languages, can I?
No, you have Lore Owl or Scholar Owl,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you'd be able to read it, actually, because you can read all written language. As you see, written across the surface of it is the word death. You look at it, and for a moment you see kind of just this plain, kind of blackish dagger, with just the general curves, a few hooks here and there. But as you stare at it, you watch as this tiny drip of dark black and reddish energy just falls from it and disappears, almost from sight. And as you kind of look up at it, it feels strong. Something about it is peculiar. It is a strange weapon, but it looks powerful, despite its size and physique.
It's juicy.
There are weapons here that look interesting. Whether they'd be of any interest to you lot, given your weapon preferences and styles, none of them really seem to suit your fancy.
Shame none of us use daggers. That one would have been a good pickup there.
She looks up. Ah, yes. That one came from another adventuring band about 60 odd years ago. And they came through various matters. Rogue was looking to offload a bunch of money in exchange for a debt, or a bunch of things for money in exchange for a debt. I got quite a bit out of that one.
Must have been pretty well off since he had that kind of dagger.
Not necessarily. He didn't tell me the story, but said that at least 3 people died for it.
Only 3? God.
At least. He didn't say how many.
Oh.
Just that people had died for it. Anyway.
Oh, for it. Sorry, I thought you meant like with it. I was like that. That just seemed a little on the low side.
Oh no, for it. But yes.
Only 3 people have ever been killed by this blade.
This dagger killed 3 people. Yeah, I did that with my toenail this morning.
He's not lying.
How much do you want to sell that for?
Oh god.
Can we weaponize
It's my
toenail?
magic toenail.
It's an improvised weapon, so it would do 1 point of damage.
Sasha's legendary
They're
tool.
not metal though. I feel like that might present some challenges.
Yeah, you know, like taking it from the toe. might be a
Unless
problem.
there's something you're not telling us, Sasha.
Yes, I'm cursed with metal toenails.
That'd be terrible.
Dun,
Imagine
dun,
filing that
dun.
thing down. You need an angle grinder.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I need to cut down my toenails. Off to the forge I go.
Heat metal. Ah!
Oh no.
Oh, but I do love that shade of red.
So, if there is nothing else of interest, but if you're willing, if you want to sell things in the future, either wait for one of my individuals to arrive, as she kind of looks about the rest of you. You're all tradesfolk of some form, mercenaries or adventurers. As she...
I personally view myself as a blacksmith, but yes.
You watch as she reaches back and her hand kind of passes through thin air as a light blue sheen and gold wraps around as her hand reaches into this almost extra-dimensional space. As she pulls out what looks to be a golden token in that of what looks to be a 13-point star. Just a spiky, circled star, and just moves forward and passes it to one of the guards, who brings it over to whoever wishes to take it.
I don't mind.
Sure.
But yeah, Bern or Malcom, you were the ones that actually were doing the bartering there. That feels like an easy thing.
I'll take it, sure.
Okay. So Bern, add a 13-point star to your inventory. She kind of gives a nod. Thank you for the exchange and the interesting nature. I look forward to seeing how you get on if you should return.
So thank you for the information. Good luck with your trades.
Thank you.
Shall we head off?
Yes. I don't
Yeah, there's much else we need to do here.
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go indeed.
You are led out of the chamber by the individual who brought you in. As he opens the door, you enter back out onto the street. The guard's kind of giving a look at you, but not really taking much note. As you leave back out onto the street, you are once again together. At this point, it's a little bit past noon.
Is that all we have to do here?
Oh, aren't you trying to meet with the metal druid?
I feel like I'm gonna need something to trade to be able to find to get information on them. And I don't really have anything else to trade, so
It may be worth coming back in that case.
yeah.
We can
I
make
want to see. I'm interested in finding some of these iron pieces.
Let's see what they class as currency around here.
Yes.
That
We
way.
need to stock up on a bunch.
I mean, worst comes to worst, it's not like I can't just make some.
True.
Sasha, that is genius.
I was gonna say, you're evil right now. You love that idea.
Oh no, Elsyan would love that idea even if he wasn't evil.
I mean, I don't really think it matters to these people. They just like the metal, not the the actual. It doesn't have. It's not a currency so much as it is as a trade good.
That makes sense.
The tuning fork, are we going to do it when we're going back? Or
Yes, I will find a good place near Adamantia that I can be able to tune it to.
You need to attune it to a place of power, notably.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know.
Our tavern, great power.
I wish.
To be fair, Abbott's Tower.
Abbott's Tower is a great power place, too.
Okay, let me define this. A place of natural power.
Yes.
Ah,
I can be able to find.
yes.
I can
Mount
be able to.
Voldrim it is.
Oh, no. Oroman's Ravine.
No.
Yes.
No, that's a
Preferably
place
the
of
bottom of it.
unnatural power.
I don't know what led you guys to go to our man's ravine, figure out its shit, leave, then decide, you know what, we need to go back there. I don't know what led you guys to do that.
It would be a wonderful practical joke if somebody were to steal your tuning fork. Because you've been there, you can go to anywhere on the material plane. Once you've attuned, you just avoid any dangers. But then if somebody were to steal it and try and get to the material plane, they'd end up in Oromant's Ravine. Because they'd never have been to the material plane before. It's actually not a bad shout. It's an interesting interaction.
Here's the thing, because we do it to Oromant's Ravine, but we do it to like the hole in Oromant's Ravine that leads down to the Hell Portal. So they-
Right in the middle of Oromant's
the devil
Ravine.
gets a hold of a tuning
Oh
fork.
my goodness. Go
When we
cave,
go back,
go
we can
cave
leave it.
diving to the base of, to the edge of hell. What happens? Someone uses it, appears on the edge of Oromant's Ravine, falls in, ends up in hell. This isn't where I wanted to be.
No, here's the thing. I've got the image of a devil using a tuning fork, using our tuning fork, get to the material plane. Like, yes, I've made it out of hell. Ah, fuck, I'm back in hell.
And I don't know where I am.
It's just when they arrive back in hell, they're at terminal velocity.
Look
I
at
think you'll
that.
find it's termin hell velocity.
Oh my god.
Okay, that wasn't a snake one, but can he take damage for that one?
Roll the Constitution saving throw, Sasha.
That's fair. That's
With
fair.
double disadvantage.
No.
Back in a sec.
It's a 20 or something. I don't know. It's big. It's not a 20.
It's a 15. Okay.
16.
Yeah, I will say, I was considering, now that we've got a tuning fork,
Yeah, you passed. It's fine.
What was it?
taking a look at it maybe, and seeing if it's something that we could plausibly recreate.
Yeah.
Because if we can make our own tuning forks, that would be helpful.
Yeah?
Hand
It
it to
tells them a
Sasha.
profit.
Both
And
for profit, for attuning to other planes, so we can go there, and for dumb jokes that get people killed.
Okay, no. You know what's really funny? Hear me out here. If we can actually start producing these, apparently these are expensive here, so we could just start exporting them over here with plane shift.
We're probably not likely to be able to mass produce them. However,
but I mean-
profit margins likely to be high. So.
Taking a look at it, it looks simple enough. It's made of platinum, which is a softer metal to work with. So it's plausible that you could make something like this. As you kind of take a look at it, though, you're not that proficient with instruments, but you know what a tuning fork is. As you kind of get a feel for it, you kind of take a look and make me a charisma check.
Well,
Who? Me?
Sasha, I'll say for this, or whoever's inspecting the tuning fork.
I mean, I'm happy to help in terms of whether recreationism is possible.
Given that you're probably the one who's going to have to smith it, any of the smiths can go ahead and make a charisma check here.
What's
I am
happening?
not
I'm
doing
rolling
that.
low today.
Oh.
So what that was a charisma check?
Charisma check, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I
It's a 5.
Oh,
because I was
20.
sure, but I don't know. If that's
Okay,
I
I
might
just
do it
got
for
back.
the
What's
lols.
going on?
Oh, they're inspecting the tuning fork to see what would need to be done to make one. That's a
That is a
minus
perfect-
7 on Rook.
Can
Yep.
I?
Yeah,
I
proficiency. You can make a charisma saving or charisma check. You have proficiency in Smith's tools.
Base charisma, right?
Base charisma, yeah. So it's 22 for you. 12 for Elsyan, I believe.
I believe that's 12. Yeah.
Yeah. Sasha, Elsyan, and Rook, as you kind of look at it, you don't fully understand what the difficulty is. As Bern, you get a look at it. It is one particular note. And as you get a look at it,
Of
you
course
kind
it
of
is.
realize you'd potentially have to make 3 or 4 of these because one's slight bit out of place and it will not play the right note. This, although it may not cost a lot, the reason these aren't mass produced is 1, you don't get many plane travelers that often, and 2, these are stupidly hard to make.
High precision.
High
And they're
precision.
not too expensive as well.
They're not too expensive. They're only 250 GP. But if you were to fail, you lose that 250 GP worth of platinum. You'd have to start again. And you'd lose a bit every time you smelt it down.
So it's not a profitable business.
No.
It could be, considering we have some, frankly, great blacksmiths, but...
And Elsyan. Alright,
Oh yeah, you can't do your bullshit smithing thing anymore. Fuck you.
I've still got. Can I slap Sasha with Mage Hand?
Make an attack roll.
yeah.
Make a spell attack roll.
Oh,
Aww.
No,
No.
natural 6. You go and slap her with the mage hand. You don't even feel it, Sasha. You don't even know.
I mean, no, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hold my shield up, donk. Not outside the bedroom.
Sasha, we haven't done anything inside the bedroom yet.
I know, I'm building an air of mystique.
Can we go home, please?
You're
No,
right, yes.
I wanna go home.
Our relationship issues now.
No, I want to go home, please. Look, we gotta
Calm
get
down,
right.
stop arguing.
all right, kids, all right. Huddle up. How you doing there, Hellrat?
He just
Oh, yeah.
you look around. He's nowhere to be seen.
Oh,
God.
We lost the child.
Aw.
Okay, right. We need pictures. We need posters. We need panic. Because if we don't get him back, you know what happens? We broke a deal with the devil.
The thing is, does he have divination magic? He may have been killed by a city.
Don't say that. Don't. Leave Kevlar alone. We need to find Kevlar. That's what I've named him.
What are you calling him?
Kevlar. He has a
Kevlar,
name.
Right, okay.
All right, that's good. I'll write it down.
Don't
in my notes.
care.
Okay.
He is not. He is. Elsyan has taken him as his child.
Okay.
And as agreed with Sasha previously, our child will be named Kevlar.
Oh,
Elsyan's
Will it
I
prove?
wanna go
pet
home.
rat is Kevlar.
To Elsyan, that's not his actual name.
Looked at that note later. What does it mean? Rat is Kevlar.
No,
Bulletproof.
Elsyan's pet rat is Kevlar.
Okay. So what are you doing? You look around. You don't see him anywhere.
Find
Uh,
this stupid
Hey!
rat.
Rat!
Can I try and think back to when we last saw him?
Make me a intelligence check, please.
Have you seen
No,
my
I'm so good at
Hey,
these.
Elsyan, weren't you
Can
like
we all
super
do
good at
this?
remembering?
Oh, it was so close to being good. It's a
We
3.
all do this.
Elsyan's panicking right now, to be honest.
Isn't Elsyan super good at remembering?
I don't know. Elsyan's
Oh, yes,
failed as a
yes.
pet owner.
Elsyan will try his best to remember.
Go ahead.
It's your rat.
Didn't you have
Also,
key mind?
don't you do have the key
Yeah,
mind
but-
bullshit, don't you?
When was the last time
No,
you
he
saw
has
him?
observant, which is different.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Also, I got a natural 18,
So that's a
which with
23.
my flat intelligence, yeah, that's just 23.
You think
Just-
back. You know when you last saw him. You last saw him when the when the individual otherwise came to collect you to bring you to a collector. You remember him just being there as you kind of think back. You saw what looked to be a sign hanging outside of a building called the Wax Soul, and you saw him kind of sniff in the air before he wandered in away from your party. It's kind of this flashback moment from a cutscene that you didn't actually see, as you just see him wandering into the building on his own.
Okay, you're not going to like this. He's wandering about on his own in a place called the Wax Soul. So we know a place. We've got a place.
Okay, let's go get our strange devil child back.
Okay. As we head over, Felipe have a look from above the area in case he's left that particular building.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a perception check for Felipe then, please. So you know roughly the area as well. It was where the collector otherwise picked you up.
Yeah. That's where I'm sending him.
Okay.
Do you want me to go flying ahead too? I can turn into something small and fast and fly
I believe
ahead.
it's a +3.
Does anyone know locate person?
13.
It's
The divination spell, I think.
divination.
That's a fair
Yeah.
point.
Can't we not
Should be fine.
sending it? Sending? Where are you?
Okay, the thing is,
No.
technically I don't know his name.
You've seen him though.
Oh, can I do it if I've seen him, even if I don't know the name?
I believe so. Or that might just be scrying. Hold on. I will double check this. Sending. You can send a short message of 25 words or less to a creature you are familiar with.
Okay.
So in this case, I will allow you because it says you. Yeah. So. Yeah. So you'd either need familiar indicates either you've either seen them and you've interacted with them, or you know their name and you've interacted with them.
Okay. In that case, I'm spending ascending.
Okay.
And I'm just going to say.
Make
Fire a
sure,
fireball in the air.
make sure
like a
you
signal flare.
ask. Make sure you ask if he's underground or above ground, because he might not know where exactly he is, and we have a general idea of where to look.
I also like the description of sending. The spell enables creatures with an intelligence score of at least 1 to understand the meaning of your message, suggesting there are creatures with an intelligence of 0.
There are.
Are there?
Technically, they're not creatures, but yes.
I mean, it's for things that you put a stat block for, but
As I understand it, there is a type of slime that has no intelligence and is just a blob. It's an amoeba.
I'm looking this up. I'll look this up later. So what do you say in your message? Don't formulaically word it out, just say it.
Hellrat, we lost you. Where are you? Above or below ground? Are you safe? How do we find you?
4 words left. Or is that it?
Kiss, kiss, kiss. Love, Sasha.
Kiss, kiss, kiss. Oh, kiss, kiss, kiss. Love, Sasha. Okay. I'll say that. As you say that, you hear the response of found place, rest, food, yes, yes. Much, tall, long building, yes. Above, below, both, yes.
Okay. Tall, long building, both above and below. It's got food and rest in it. So let's
Probably the place he went inside.
let's find out where he. Let's go back to the place you saw him go inside, and let's
yes,
find him.
let's go.
Okay.
Where?
Make me a survival check, please, Elsyan.
A survival check.
A survival check, yes.
This can only go well. He says as he can't even find his dice.
That bodes well for finding this place.
6.
6. Takes you a little bit.
I'm lost.
You retrace your steps, doing as best you can, using your intelligence to guide you in your memory of the place. You travel down and you look around. There's no sign. As you look around for various buildings, you don't see one with a sign anywhere to be found. As you kind of wander down the street, you don't see. You kind of look where you were standing. You recognize this place. And as you turn around, you see a sign hanging from the ceiling rather than from the building, next to where the building actually is.
Mm-hmm.
As you look at it, you see that it says the Wax Soul. It takes you about half an hour, but you get there.
Okay, go into the wax soul.
Okay.
That boy, Elrat.
Heading in, you head in through a open archway. You see on the interior of this is your traditional style tavern with etherborn sat around. You see each of them has what looks to be a bowl of these purple crystals sat in front of them as they take them and just place them against the edge of their face and just kind of like lean back as the energy drains, the purple energy drains from it, as they then place the crystal back. Looking around the room, it's easy to spot the not-so-needle in a haystack, as you see your Hellrat Kevlar sat over on one of the tables with this bowl in front of him, as he just takes one, jams it in his mouth, grabs another one, jams it in his mouth, and just tips his head back. You watch as his eyes have gone a bloodshot red and purple.
Oh, by the master, thank God. Elrat?
Oh, friends, back, yes. You want
we
food? Food, yes, good.
We're gonna take you home. Like we were supposed to.
But-
Material plane, remember?
But food, Shard, good.
I'm certain the food is lovely.
Try, yes. And he hands you a shard.
I've just realised something. Of course, he's lived most of his life in hell, and food literally tastes like shit there. Oh. This
It
is the
wasn't that bad.
No. Actual food and genuinely tastes like shit.
Yeah, it was a spicy Taco Bell is what you had, Bern, or Malcom.
Yeah, it was good.
Okay. He's too close to this Taco Bell thing. Like a McDonald's grease trap.
Is that a new spell? Donald's Grease Trap?
McDonald's grease trap. Actually, what you do is you just like the trap is actually you get teenagers and you force them to work in a fast food restaurant for less pay than you would have to normally.
Oh, perfect. So you've got this shard in your hand. You can feel a light electrical energy coming from it.
Elsyan really doesn't feel like he should nibble on it. Sam wants Elsyan to nibble on it. Elsyan wants to nibble. Just tentatively, yeah.
Okay. You bite into it. It doesn't seem to do anything. You just like ting ting. No. Like follow this. Yes. As he takes a shard, he puts it in his mouth, and you watch as he kind of lifts his head back, and you watch as the energy drains, almost like it's a drink.
Is it bad? There's generally a part of me that wants to give it a try.
I know.
Elsyan is giving it a try. Let the tank take this first, guys. I don't even have those abilities anymore. I can't even joke and say that. As Elsyan is going to follow the rat's lead.
Okay.
And try and suck out the energy.
You swing your head back a little bit. As the energy flows in, it turns into almost this liquid saliva of some form. As it travels down your throat, you feel the electrical energy just kind of peeling away. And you don't know how to describe it.
That is...
You feel weird. There's a numbing sensation. And as you kind of tip your head back, the rest of you look and you see a bloodshot Elsyan. Otherwise staring back at you. It's an exhilarating feel, and you have had a day's worth of nourishment. As you see Hellrat down another 2.
Okay. First things first. We need to stop the rat from drinking this stuff in large quantities. It can't be good for you. Elsewise, we need to learn how to make this sort of shit. It's amazing.
So Elsyan's
Sasha, we've got to learn how to
crystals.
have this.
Okay, we need to kick this habit before it actually sets in.
Okay,
I don't know what
yeah.
nothing
Hey
like
guys, could you come round here for me, please? Everybody, just bundle up.
Come
Okay.
here, friend.
Bern, have you got your teleport spell slot ready?
Yeah.
Good. I'm casting banishment on Bern.
Oh, you're home now. Oh.
God, someone needs to help Elsyan.
Okay. You watch
I'm
as Sasha casts banishment. You
Found out
watch
an orphanage.
as Bern disappears. You watch as as all of you just
Wait,
see
wait, wait.
as Bern
Banishment
disappears.
is not a divination spell.
Elsyan.
Yes.
You look and you watch as Bern folds in on himself like a paper mache before disappearing.
Oh God.
You watch as the rat just like opens his bag and pours the rest of the bowl in and puts the bowl back on the table before he looks up and he says in common back at the what looks to be some form of barkeep, thank you, friend, yes. And the barkeep kind of just gives a nod, looking at your troop as various people just watch as this individual disappears right in front of them.
I have.
Friends here.
Do we have to pay for this stuff?
He already
Nope.
has.
Let's leave.
How has he paid for it?
He has money.
Everyone, check your pockets.
How did
We
he get a
don't
charge
even
to
have
buy it?
money here, Chris. How does
Who's he mugged?
None of you never asked what he had in his inventory or what he could steal.
So yeah, I'm.
Dead in an alley.
I'm just counting to a minute in my head, Chris.
You're counting to the full minute.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, but
Minute goes by. Concentration ends. He doesn't return.
Cool. Hey everyone, huddle, group hug.
oh, Sasha, yes, hug, yes, hug Sasha. Rat, hug Sasha.
Grabbing onto Hell Rat, by the way.
He grabs your hand and he's got like this bright smile on his face. He goes, "Home?
Home.
Oh.
Yeah. Is everyone huddled up to me?
Yes."
Yes.
Elsyan is incredibly huddled to you.
Oh.
Okay.
Word of recall, motherfuckers.
Okay. You cast Word of Recall as all of you are pulled from your location. You feel this gentle warmth wrap itself around you as each of you feel your presence as your feet land within the tavern. Softly and gently as each of you land in the back room of your tavern, back in a place of home and warmth.
Oh.
You hear the sounds of a wonderful busy day ahead of you out in the tavern itself as people are going about their daily lives as you hear them talking and speaking and anything similar.
And
As you land, but Bern, on the other hand, as you land, your feet plant into a soft mud, the light rain coming down across you as you land in the fields outside Numberbud. I would like everyone except for Bern to make a charisma saving throw, please.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
It will be fine.
I have
Just
not
any-
succeeded in a single one of these yet.
Chris, any advantage thanks to my clearly.
No, but the effects will be slightly weird for you.
Oh, actually,
3.
that's a 16.
Okay, no, I need to circle it. Infernal.
3.
I can see it.
So, Elsyan 3.
I know.
Rook.
16.
Okay. Sasha.
12. Wait, that. No! Oh shit! It's a 17.
17.
I thought I had a. I did not realize I had proficiency in charisma saving throws.
Yeah. So shouldn't that be a +4 instead then, or? Well, no,
no,
+5. Sorry.
because I've. Because what I have is +5 because of proficiency, and I have a +1 because I'm wearing the protection ringy thing.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a
so
ring or the
17.
cloak. It's something.
It's a ring or a cloak, one of the two. Malcolm.
Dirty 20.
Okay, and Queglod.
21.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, no.
Okay. Elsyan.
How did the rat do?
Oh, good question.
Thank you for
Yeah,
doing that.
that's pretty good.
Yeah, a lot longer.
That's an 18. Okay, you succeeded.
Oh.
Elsyan.
Good job, rat.
Yeah. What Eldritch horrors do I see?
As you travel, your feet land and you look around. Whoa. You see his colours seem to have almost inverted. Sasha is now blue.
Beard is blue.
You look around, everything looks so weird. The rest of you look as Elsyan's eyes are his pupils and his irises are pure white, but his eye is just completely bloodshot. He looks almost like a demon.
We are never, ever letting him have them crystals again.
This is incredible. I should go find a school to burn down. As
Elsyan.
What?
I'm quite tired. Maybe we should have a lie down.
No, I'm fine. You don't have to lie down. I am completely fine.
We haven't been in a bed ever in so long. We should get a bed. Isn't that right, Elsyan?
You just want to get me in bed. You think I'm easy?
Can anyone put him to sleep?
Aren't you, Elsyan?
No, he's an elf.
He's an elf. He's immune to magical sleep.
Fine, can we knock him out?
All right, I'm good. I'm just gonna, Elsyan. I'm gonna take his hat. I'm gonna take his hat, his face in mine. Pull him down a little.
Yeah.
Elsyan. Lesser restoration, bitch.
Doesn't work, Chris. Just a yay or a nay.
That's restoration.
Yeah.
With the intent of curing a disease or something of similar ailment.
I would make the argument this is some form of magical poisoning.
Okay.
If it's a drug of any sort, then it
it's
makes
not
sense.
a drug per se. He's just high on magical energy. As it currently stands, you use lesser restoration. The colours are no longer inverted, but he still is high on magical energy. His iris and his pupil retain.
Incredible. Although you have gone.
Oh, I've just made his high better. Great.
You have removed the scary part. Thank you, Sasha. This is amazing. As Elsyan.
Sasha.
Yep.
No.
As you're kind of standing there, you move over. You cast lesser restoration on Elsyan. As Elsyan, you're looking around. Your rat friend has pulled his hand free of Sasha's hand, but just remains standing there, just looking around, inspecting your tavern. He goes over, picks up a book on the edge of the table, and just begins flipping through it.
Oh,
Rise of the Magic Tower.
right. Welcome. This is the material plane. It isn't all like this. There's lots of different places to go.
Food.
There's food. We can get you food. Oh, yeah. You know what, everyone? Let's get some food. Also, where's Bern? Why isn't he back yet?
Speaking of which, Bern, what are you doing out there?
I'm teleporting to a magic tower.
Okay.
With a teleportation circle.
Okay. Are you drawing a teleportation circle, or are you?
Yeah.
Okay. I will say, for the purposes of this, knowing that the banishment could fail, you don't do it until now. As you begin to draw the teleportation circle, the rest of you hear a from Abod's tower. As you return, having to draw a magical teleportation circle in mud doesn't work, because you had to do it on the local stone path. But good enough. You knew where it was.
You know what I need? I know what I want. I know what I want. An elven flatfoot. I want an elven flatfoot. I want one now. Let's go get an elven flatfoot. Hey, Rat, want an elven flatfoot? I want an elven flatfoot.
I'm just already walked over to.
Yes.
I've already walked over to the kitchen. I'm just like going.
I'm heading straight to Bern. I need Bern. I need help.
Okay. You head over to Bern. As you head up into Abod's tower, waiting for Bern, you arrive up there as Bern lands. Abod is nowhere to be seen.
That's not a good sign.
No, it's not. I want to deal with this, but I need your help.
With what?
I need to be able to get back to where the animals are. We can't leave them out any longer.
Could I check on Abbott first? Then we'll go. I have it ready.
Sure, let's go.
Alright. I run to Abbott. downstairs.
You run down to the underground. Okay.
I follow.
So
We
split.
inform the fatties that are eating.
You leave the fatties who are eating. Okay.
Inform them that we're going down.
Okay. You inform them you're going down. Don't mind me. I'm looking for something. Okay.
Meanwhile, I'm just looking after after their high children. Okay.
I-
Queglod,
You
Can
should
you get
try. You should try one of them, Sasha.
Oh, I will, but I'm a bit tired right now. I don't think
It'll
it
help
would be.
with that.
I know, but you know what they say. Have you ever had coffee when you're really tired and it gets you
What's
high, but then there's
coffee?
a crash after?
Okay.
You've never had coffee?
I think
Is there a coffee equivalent, or is it just coffee? I swear we've used the word coffee before.
You used the word coffee before.
I'm high. Remember?
Is anybody else?
You might
Sasha.
know it as elven bean juice.
Okay, Sasha.
Oh, that distresses yourself. I preferred elven leaf juice. Far better.
Right. I agree, but
Nothing to worry about in here. And sorry, I'm doing something. Don't mind me.
I'm scared. I'm the one that's high here, and if a fight breaks out, I don't want to know what that means for me.
Oh no,
I mean, you're a magic user.
won't
If
won't
anything, it might
affect
help.
you.
If I had spell slots, man,
Okay,
but
good to know.
there's spell slots.
Okay, just wanted to make sure of something. So, as you head down to the under area, the rest of your party remains in your tavern. You move over. You see Angus is there, currently frying up some eggs for the midday rush of bacon baps, or egg and bacon baps. As he sees you enter, your rat friend kind of immediately moves over, and he just like kind of goes to intercept, seeing this large rat enter his kitchen.
Rats!
I stopped for a sec. Angus,
You're with Bern, so you wouldn't be there at this point because you're waiting for Bern to show up.
I thought we were going
Yeah.
through the thing. I thought we had to go through the kitchen to get downstairs.
No, you go through the
okay.
fighting pit area to get to which is in the main tavern.
Oh, I forgot where it was.
Yeah, that's right.
Been a while
Wait.
since.
Chris, can I have gone with? Because I need to find a bod.
Okay, so you'll go with them. So the party's split 2 ways.
Right.
I'm
I'm going.
back here since I died.
Right, I mean, I'll have gone with Sasha and Elsyan to keep an eye on Hellrat.
Okay.
And speaking of which, I will at this point lay a hand on his shoulder to prevent him from like running off. But like, it's all right, Angus. He's with us.
Okay. Give me a strength check.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, Queglod,
Okay.
let's
You're
do
both
this
small
natural
creatures,
20.
so there's no
Let's do
disadvantage
this
here.
natural 20. Oh, I wanted that 20.
That is a 9.
Okay, for him that is an 11 because he also has a -1. So as you go to hold him in place like a very dangerous child, he pulls himself forward and immediately kind of rushes over, kind of leaps onto one of the countertops and just scoops up egg and just scoops it into his mouth. As the yolk breaks and kind of just begins to dribble down the side of his snout, Angus moves over and just Angus's strength here.
Angus got the strength though.
He has, but those are 2 very low rolls, even with advantage. As he goes over and tries to reach for your rat friend, he just moves out of the way, rolls off of the desktop, and moves over to where there's currently what looks to be a plate prepared to be moving. Who is one of your servers? Yes. You watch as Fredor walks in. As he walks in and he sees the rat and he goes, "Good to see you. What is going on in here?" As your rat friend is busy trying to scoop up another plate.
Stop the rat. I won't. Rat's having a good time.
Okay, Sasha's just going to go over and pick up the rat.
Make me a strength check for grapple.
Would that be athletics?
Oh yes, athletics.
And I'm just going to call out, Angus, please prepare him his own food. That is a... what's an athlete? Oh god, what have you rolled? What have you rolled? It's
You
11 currently.
You go to reach for him and you watch as he just like dodges out of your way deftly and just scoops up the contents of the plate into his mouth before he rolls off and just lands on the floor and just begins to sniff around for more food.
Hey, you rat, come over here.
Oh god.
Come on.
Angus takes
Go
a
on.
swing with his frying pan, but misses.
Oh, wow.
Angus, okay, everyone, stop. We will stop the small one, but no hurting the small one yet. I'm sorry, Angus. This one and Elsyan may have gotten high on something, and
Crystals.
oh god.
Angus cocks his head slightly.
Hi.
Don't think about it. Just don't. It's weird.
You watch as the Hell Rat pulls out a bunch of these crystals and just goes, crystals.
Oh god. You have more
Okay.
crystals. Do you have any more?
He has 12 more. He scooped them off the table.
I know. I know that. I'm asking the rat.
He just slowly nods to you with this massive grin on his face.
Elsyan has become the pet to
Okay.
the rat.
We should go to drugs.
Okay, at this point, you watch as Fredor
I
gives off...
would like to make it clear we do not condone the unsafe use of drugs,
Yes,
or especially illegal ones.
Okay,
Yes.
you watch as Fredor just kind of puts his index and middle finger from both hands in his mouth as he lets off this high-pitched whistle. You hear this battering sound from the other room as you hear little bits of shrieks. And a few moments later, the doors burst open and you see a chunk standing there as he looks over almost ready for combat at any next moment. As Fredor just points at your Hellrat friend who looks over. Okay. no.
At the sight of Chunk, can Elsyan put himself in between the rat and Chunk?
Okay.
Elsyan will tank.
Make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
I will do what I must.
Can I try and grab Elsyan out of the way? No, I feel like he's gonna hurt the rat. I don't know.
5.
Fuck it. I'm
5.
5.
I've washed hands this question.
Were you trying to do anything, Sasha? Were you trying to stop him?
Well, I'm just going to try and make sure that no one gets hurt. So if it
Are
looks
you
like
stopping
he's gonna...
Elsyan, yes or no?
No.
Okay.
He's a grown elf. He can do what he likes.
Okay.
You gotta remember, he's a
Big
grown up.
mistake.
Even our Vaser's years put to scale, I'm older than you are.
Okay.
Again, a bit weird.
Elsyan, what was your
yes.
total?
5.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. As you watch as Chunk lets out a burp, as he breathes this slightly intoxicating gas, it fills your nostrils, and you stand there for a moment. You get extremely drunk and a massive headache, as you are stunned for 4 rounds, saving ends obviously, and you are poisoned for a minute as your head is throbbing in this moment. There's the large bubble just hits you. It envelops around you, striking Kevlar as well, who also just begins grabbing his head and falls to the ground like it's a really bad trip. At which point, given the stunned, Angus goes over, picks up your Hellrat friend, and just hands him to Sasha, and then
Thank
points
you.
out of the kitchen.
Yes. Please bring a plate of whatever food we have the most of. Eggs. I'll try and keep them under control. Come on, Elsyan, follow
Oh
me.
my word!
Oh,
Okay, the Hellrat is stunned for the full 6 rounds as he failed every single one of those con saves.
Beautiful.
As you pull him back out of there to wherever you want to take him, Elsyan, go ahead and roll me 2 con saves.
Can I just choose to fail?
If you want to, yeah.
Yeah, I'll choose to fail.
Okay.
I think the high needs to end.
Yeah. You feel stunned, and as it kind of hits you, you still feel poisoned from a hangover, but you don't feel as bad. Your high trip on energy has definitely subsided. For Kevlar, less so. He's had a lot of them.
What happened? I think I know
Angus
what
points out of the kitchen, and Fredor goes,
I'm-
"You better leave."
I'm going.
Come on.
Sorry,
I'm
Anger.
Right. Yeah, if any crystals were dropped during this, I'm going to scoop them up and put them
Yes,
away.
he has dropped
Okay.
all of them.
I'm going to...
To clarify, with Kevlar, I've got him in like the one arm underneath the legs and resting his head on my shoulder.
Yes.
Okay.
This is our child.
You carry him back as it begins to descale and unwind. I think we'll take a quick 5-minute break there.
Yeah.
Hope I'm not taking this too far.
It's fine.
Oh, we got.
It's apt given you got arcane high, so it's fine.
Burp drugs.
Oh god.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing. Once Elsyan realizes what this pretty much was, he's gonna be pissed off with himself because Elsyan don't like drugs.
Righty. So we'll take a quick 5-minute break there. We'll be back in a few minutes. We'll begin when we get there.
Yep.
Okay.
Well,
Alright, be back in a moment.
Well, that one again. I'll be back as well.
Yep. Same.
that was an event.
Mm.
Rat drugs.
My god.
Crystal magic. Gotta love it.
Yeah, it escalated somewhat.
It did. But in Elsyan's defense, he didn't know they were magic drugs before he took them. He was
Sure.
tricked by a little rat. The bloodshot eyes should have given it away, but
I was gonna say there was quite a lot of alarm bells, and considering Elsyan's the most intelligent in the party.
okay, intelligence does not equal wisdom.
Yeah, true.
Also, ignoring the fact that Elsyan does have a 16 in wisdom. Elsyan has one glaring problem with him. One massive, ridiculous problem. He's played
Is it
by
Rook?
me.
Right, yeah, that one. That's
Right, I'm
perfect.
back.
Oh, God.
Right. Have we got Sudz, Infernal, and Jamie here at the moment?
I haven't gone anywhere.
Infernal? Okay, no Infernal.
No.
Suds?
I'm back now.
So we'll just wait for Infernal to get back, and then I'll start doing your section, seeing as you went down into the Undercity.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Oh, you can highlight messages? Interesting.
Yeah, you can. You use the channel point system. I think as a mod, you should have more of them.
No, I've only got 5.
Okay. Shame I can't give more to you. How do you only have
What's that?
5? In Twitch, you can highlight messages.
I see.
Yeah, I've got highlight message, unlock the sub emote, send a message, and sub mode only.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, you can do a bunch of things. You can unlock a channel emote and stuff like that. I haven't got any channel emotes yet. I'm still waiting to see what I want to do.
Obviously, we need a high Elsyan. Wait.
How
Wait,
do you
just-
highlight
yeah.
them? How do you highlight them? Says Matt highlighting his message.
Drugs, weed, cocaine, marijuana, heroin, drugs. What?
These are electrical drugs. They're different. They're e-drugs.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, but when Elsyan figures out what it actually was, he's going to be a little bit pissed, given Elsyan doesn't like drugs.
I mean,
Thanks to the whole
you're a fleshling
pistol.
having the food of the Etherborn, and so
What did I expect would happen? But we must figure out a way to create this and start our own drug trade. I mean, these are pick-me-ups.
they're gateway
These
drugs.
are.
You know what? No. You want to pick me up? Go get crush leaves. Come on.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Wait, no, I know what these are. These are fantasy energy drinks.
Come on.
we've got fantasy Red Bull. I was about to try and find a legally distinct name for Red Bull, but fantasy
back, by
Red
the way.
I bet.
Okay, right. So now that you're back, I will carry on. So as Bern, Malcom, and Rook, as the three of you head down into the Undercity, you travel down through the you travel down through the regular way. You pass by your resident guard. What's his name? Where is he? Oh, that's right. I don't have his thing for him. Where is his stuff? Never mind. I don't know where it is. Okay, I'll find him later. Oh, wait, hold on. He's over here, isn't he? Yes, he is. As you travel past Borox, he kind of gives you a nod. Just keeping a general eye. You see a few people traveling to and from as he sits in this small room. You travel past, traveling through. You head towards the webbed treasures, where Abbott otherwise resides. As you head in and down, you see the two giant spiders there, and you see Arachne. As she otherwise works here.
Yes.
You see the three of them there as you enter. Arachne kind of moves over, not necessarily for a hug or anything, but just moves over, kind of gives a nod. As the trapdoor opens, you see 13 otherwise crawl out of it and just begin to kind of move up to the desk before he notices you lot and just kind of gestures down.
Down we go.
Yes.
Okay. The three of you head down, traveling down the staircase that spirals down through here. You travel through the large door, heading along the area where you see the health potions are otherwise being slowly but surely constructed and automated, before you reach the back end of the crafting area. The large door opens once again, and you can see inside Abbott is otherwise sat there channeling with this large ruby in the center. As he sits there channeling, you watch as Gree is otherwise sat there watching as the three of you enter and approach.
Hello.
Ah, hello.
Concentrating on.
It has
Hope we're
been
not interrupting.
some time.
I hope we're not interrupting.
It'll be a while, but he is concentrating. What is it you're after?
Well, I noticed he wasn't at the tower.
Yes, that Abbott perished.
Perished.
How so?
Well, I don't entirely understand all of the logistics. Just that during the middle of the night, one of your employees, Borox, came and spoke to us, saying that Abbott had left the tower. We got there, and there was a pile of snow, which is the destroyed form of a simulacrum. We don't know if there are any items that are missing or anything else, but what we do know is that he was destroyed.
Has no one checked?
No one knows what's up there except for him, but only his other form knew about it.
Did this happen?
It happened last night, from what I understand.
What is he doing right now?
He's making another one, to replace in your tavern. He's currently focusing on simulacrum.
I spilled water on myself.
Oh no!
Rip.
Take a point of cold damage.
Nice.
Oh, that snow hit me all the way here. That's not good. The tower is not safe anymore.
I'm not sure exactly what it was. All I know is that he said that whatever it was, he was woken up by it. He went and had a look and couldn't see anything out of place, and then came down here to make another one. We were hoping once we sent the next one up to do a more thorough search, we can find out exactly what it is.
So there's no way to recover the memories yet.
No, unfortunately not. The closest thing we have is a journal, but it's written in code, and we already looked through that. There's no mention of an attacker.
I hope everything is in place. Nothing's missing then.
We don't know. It'd be best if you lot check to find out. Is that what you came here to discuss, or...?
I was worried because he wasn't in the town.
I see.
They have something else.
I have, and I will probably put it in the location of that, a book that is tied to me. Should it get destroyed, I die. I was hoping he could look after it. Probably not safe for me to take that around with me.
Probably not best to leave it here either.
No, not
If
after
anything
this.
was taken, it wouldn't be a good idea.
Where do I store? Do you have any idea where I can store this safely?
He kind of looks at you.
I'm back, but I've got a hell of a headache.
Nowhere. You shouldn't have had one of those energy crystals, Harlan. You know what they do to you.
What do I do? Oh no.
Why are you asking where? Just give it to your wife.
She'd destroy it.
I'd be dead instantly.
Oh,
If you're looking for somewhere to put it, Abod can store it himself, but if you were to die, you would never get it back.
No, that much is true. But then, to be honest with you, it's not a book that I much wish to use anymore. It's more that it's just bound to my life. So if I get killed, it gets destroyed. If it gets destroyed, I die. So somewhere safe that I never see it again really is not going to be an issue of mine. Providing Abod doesn't try and kill me, you know. because that
Ken,
will cry.
if you want to leave it in my care, I'll give it to Abod after he's done. And the Prime Abod will be able to take care of that. Although he might be out for the day, I don't know.
That's not a problem. It's not a problem. I'll
He's
hand the book
busy
over.
hoeing it up out in the red light district. You know how he is.
God. So I hand over the bullshit book of fucking up my life.
Okay, and he takes it.
Cool. Excellent.
well, I can try and take a look and see if it seems like anything might be out of place when we get back.
I will
We'll
do
take
the
a look
same.
around.
Okay, you all three of you are going to head up to the tower to have a look around then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure, I can do that real quick, and then I want to go and get the
Yeah.
The what?
the animal, the
Ah.
salamander, the direwolf,
Okay.
and other
Go
one.
ahead and make. I would like. Who's going to helm this investigation?
Hang on, what are we rolling for each? Anything survival, I'll roll.
Investigation
Okay,
between the three.
investigation.
Between the three of you, it'll be an
Actually, I'm good at
investigation.
investigation.
Who's helming it?
I have
I've
a
got
+4.
6. I've got 6.
Got a 2. I've got lucky though, so I don't know.
True.
How many luck?
1 only.
He's got
One
one
left.
left, so he's technically because you'll be getting advantage because you'll be getting help from the other two members of the party.
Yeah, so go ahead, Ripper.
So it would be an advantage roll, but
Right,
Rookie,
okay.
go ahead then.
okay.
Go ahead, Rick.
That is a 18 plus 6, 24.
Okay. You get a look through. You look through the items. You look through the inventory. There are a few items you don't recognize which are still here. There are 2 items you note aren't here. The anchorage
would be.
crests.
Ah.
He was keeping
Nice.
those on his mini. He was keeping them in the town.
Guys, the anchorage crest's gone. We're gonna have to break this one to Queglod.
Oh goodness.
It's gonna go into some fit of rage and maybe vaporize the entire tower. I don't know. I've never seen Queglod angry. This scares me.
I'm not really too familiar with them, but
Okay.
They're bad.
Okay. I will leave a note for the actual Abod to see, so he knows when he comes up and has a look. Shall we go and break this news to Queglod?
I will leave you to that. I'd like to go get this done.
Okay,
Please.
you two go and get the companions. I'll go and break the news to Queglod. If I die, tell my wife I love her. If you ever see her.
I pray for your safety.
Cheers.
Gives book to agree. He just looks at it a couple minutes later. It's gone.
A single bead of sweat streams down the side. Oh no.
Oh man.
Oh.
Okay. As you otherwise go and break the news to Queglod. It's been about, I'd say, an hour given the journeys. You've seen them move back and forth as they move back up to the tower. This Queglod, you watch as Rook slowly approaches you. As you see, Hellrat is now under control. He's still having a high, but he's not as energetic. He's currently sat down on the sofa, just taking in his surroundings.
Okay. I'm gonna go up to Queglod in a rather defensive stance. Out of fear. Queglod, can I talk to you? Please.
Yes, of course. Is something the matter?
Last night, the simulacrum of a bod was destroyed. We've just done inventory. The 2 anchorage crests have gone.
Right, I see. When you say destroyed,
Destroyed, it was a pile of snow on the floor.
Hmm.
It's gone. A bod is currently making another, but yeah, we've just done inventory and the 2 anchorage crests have gone.
right, and Abbott wasn't able to say.
No,
What
they
happened?
don't know any more information in regards to what happened or who it was.
Get some
Well,
security.
there's a short list. There's a very short list of people who might have known about the Anchorage crests
Hmm.
and had any idea of what they're useful for.
Yes.
I'd like to go and take a look at the tower myself, see if I can find any
Okay.
clues.
No worries. By all means.
Would you accompany me? So show me
Yeah,
what you've
That's
discovered
perfectly
already.
fine.
Very well.
I will. Let's call him up.
Investigation check. Whichever one of you two wants to helm, the other person will have advantage, or you can do 2 separate investigation checks.
It's about to become the pile of snow.
Queglod, what's your investigation?
Simon?
+7. Sorry, every time I tab out my character sheet,
You lead it. You got higher.
Okay.
rate, so you'll
With
have
advantage.
advantage.
Yep.
Yep.
So specifically looking for what happened. Dirty 20.
that's dirty 20.
You look around the area. You see the area where the anchorage crests are otherwise placed on these small mantles where they had been put in. You see the arcane warding that has been cut and scorn from the surface of the stone. You can see around the area where there are several glyphs of warding that have otherwise since been scorn and cut and now disabled. There was a good maybe 12 to 15 layers of defense in place in case he was attacked. Whoever this was got by all of them like it was nothing. You see
Heard
these-
anything? Heard anything?
Nothing was heard. It was just in the morning he didn't come down for breakfast. That's the only thing that happened. He didn't come down for breakfast, they find a pile of snow, and then Borox went and told them. You look around the area, all of his arcane defenses are disabled, a bunch of his magic items are around the place. You see what looks to be a small pile of robes that have since been folded and placed over the back of a chair. And you see what looks to be a belt, which used to adorn a bag of holding, which has since been stolen as well.
Oh, his bag of holding. Oh, fuck. God knows what was in there.
15 ducks of exploding.
This is not good.
Oh no, the enemies have the bombs.
Yeah. looking over the surface of it, the way they have been cut suggests some form of magic, something a little bit stronger than dispel magic, but subtle enough to be able to be done silently. The nature of this means that there doesn't seem to be a struggle. The fact that he became a pile of snow with no blood splatter suggests disintegration, at the very least. Whatever happened here, he died instantly, and there is nothing, no defenses went off, nothing protected him. Whoever did this knew they were here and knew what they were doing.
It's not ideal.
No. Does detect magic reveal any? I know there's a lot of magic items in it.
That's fine. Using detect magic, you can see the remnants of the runes a lot more clearly. You can see that all of them bar 2 have been have been destroyed. The 2 that have not been set off are the ones closest to the door. You know that there is a single window in this room that leads to the outside world, as Sovek had to climb out of it several times to actually get to and from your tavern. Because the rest of it's hallowed. So that is where he went to and from. The ones around the window they're most thoroughly destroyed. You can see the remnants of them. They have the deepest grooves that cut them. The rest of the cuts around this room are very clear and cut, except for the ones on the door. You get a look. You can see the remnants of an alarm spell as well that used to be in place around the window and the door, which means that they must have been disabled before he came through. Or the perpetrator came through, he or she. Sorry. You look around the room a bit more, kind of getting a general take of all this. You see a number of the magical items that were left around here. You see a staff, which he used as a +2 focus. You see a series of wands that were in play for various magical effects. You see one that's made of like a crackling lightning, one that has kind of a hooked blue crystal end, and you can see one which is this very thin black rod with this light white bead on the end, which you've seen before and is a wand of detect magic. But you see a number of magical items, but other than that, nothing was really taken. Investigating the room further, nothing else is upturned. This person came in, got what they needed, and left.
What do you reckon? Amber Grin? And they've tried before.
Seems likely.
Possibly.
Am I here, actually?
I'd say in this moment you're taking care of Hellrat to stop him from going rampage again.
Would it be an idea to see if we can get Elsyan in his comatose state to do a shard sense? Potentially.
I saw everything. So.
Everything. You still don't feel well? I'm just going to put that out there. But
I didn't expect to feel well.
you're no longer high and you no longer see the colours.
One does not expect to feel well when they've seen the face of God.
The touch of God.
I think you mean the mask of God.
Quite.
Exile.
Okay.
Okay, so, Bern and Malcom, you're using what to get where?
Using the salamander and the other thing to get to the teleport, yes.
So you're using teleport, and where are you going?
The salamander and the guy.
Try to get as close to Mudland Dock as you possibly can.
The cave was quite far away, right?
The cave was quite far away, yes.
Yeah, I guess Mudland Dock. As close as
Okay.
we can.
Go ahead and roll me a d100 then, please.
99, or is that... That's a 99.
A 99. Even without an associated object and only being there for a short period of time, you land in Mudland Dock. Where would you like to land around Mudland Dock, actually?
This side of Mudland Dock.
Okay. Landing on the outside of the docks, you see that the workers have otherwise... you see that one of the people just kind of sees you pop in and kind of looks over and goes, "Hey, where you been? Your attacks have gone. That's nice. At least for now. Did you kill him?"
Yes. We have to go. Have fun.
Bye. Just gives you a wave. Are you running? What are you doing?
Using cloud spell of mouse.
No, we
No.
can't.
What do you mean no?
We're gonna be using Conjure Animal. I have to use my 6th level spell slot to be able to get us back without an issue.
I have teleportation circle, bro.
Okay, fine. We'll win.
Okay. Casting Windwarp, taking the 10 minutes, you otherwise lift off and you begin to travel at speed, making your way over towards the designated site. As you fly over, you make your way there, you look around. Make me a perception check, once for each of you.
Perception.
27, and...
I think that's just a base. Yeah.
Okay.
Base 19.
Base 19. Looking around, you travel along the road, you can see the site where you left them. They are not there. As you travel down, you see the
homestone there.
You see the homestone, and you see an empty bag of beads of nourishment.
Oh, I didn't want to leave them this long.
You
They're
look
fine
around,
now.
you don't see them anywhere nearby.
Whistle.
You're a wind form. Are you going to revert back?
Oh, yeah, true.
Can I feel a connection to Featherwing?
Not here, no.
I want to take a look around real quick and see if I can find the best place where I can estimate where they would go.
Make me a survival check with disadvantage, please, as you are a cloud. You're a fart in the wind.
Stop being clouds.
Survival?
Yep.
That is just 16.
16. You get a look around. You see tracks. Not necessarily fresh, maybe a day or so old, but you see tracks of a direwolf and a salamander heading into the marsh.
Okay. Into the marsh then. Actually,
Need to grow back
I'm
to.
gonna go down towards the homestone first.
I need to grab the homestone.
Yeah, we're gonna go down to the homestone.
That's 10,000 gold right there.
Are you transforming back to pick it up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can follow them by tracks, hopefully.
Okay.
You can talk with nature as well, right?
Not right now. I can't.
Yeah.
I don't have the spell prepared.
Didn't you just use it back at the ether?
What?
Commune with
Oh,
nature.
Commune with nature. I thought. He was
Or are you talking about speak with
I
plants?
thought he was talking about speak with plants.
Commune with nature. Isn't that the same thing?
No, they're two separate spells. Commune with nature won't necessarily find you them. Speak with plants might give you a bit more of an inkling.
It might not find them, and I'd rather try to follow them with tracks for
Okay.
now until.
The two of you transform back, your feet planting on the surface of the stone. As you pick up the homestone, you begin following the tracks. For about 2.5 hours, you begin following these tracks, avoiding the natural disasters in the area which you are otherwise accustomed to knowing about, seeing them. You see a number of plants which look poisonous or venomous in some regards. You travel past, you keep a wide berth. There are a few giant mosquitoes Bap bap, they're dead. It's cantrip time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you make your way. You continue following. You eventually find a slightly raised bit of platform as you see the salamander just lying on a rock sunbathing, with the dire wolf hiding under the shade curled up. And you see a featherwing doing the same. You see around them are the remnants of any beads of nourishment they may have had, along with what looks to be one troll and 2 goblins, all of which have otherwise been incinerated and or torn apart.
Oh my goodness, I'm so glad they're okay.
As they see you, they kind of look up. Your salamander kind of opens its eyes, stands up, lifting its head high in almost this like regal position as it stares down at you.
Does it look mad?
Make me an insight check. Or an animal handling check, sorry.
I start clapping.
Oh
Okay.
goodness.
Animal handling check.
That's 13.
You abandoned them with food, tied to a post, effectively, on the road, with the homestone which was useless to them. Yes, they feel abandoned.
I immediately cast speak with animals.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry we left you. We knew the danger that we were walking into, and we didn't want you to die. I'm sorry we've been gone for so long. It's hard to explain where we've been.
The wolf immediately says, just kind of lifts its head. At least you're back. This fat one kept eating. Ate all of your stupid beads. We had to hunt for ourselves. This marsh is horrible. This was your little dragon friend's idea as well, to come in here and search for food.
I didn't expect
Just
to.
take me back somewhere, anywhere but here. I want to rest and stay away from it all for a bit.
Of course.
The salamander just stands there with its head high and just goes, I had fun. Roasted troll isn't that bad. You watch as feathering kind of just flies over, lands on your shoulder. I tried to reason with them. Yeah, it didn't work.
So, let's go back to the road so we can get home. Actually, can you do it on the rock?
Okay, yes.
Yeah, you can do it on the rock. And you watch as the salamander kind of goes over with its large mouth, just like bites a chunk of the troll flesh off and just like swallows it down. For the road.
Alright. All 3 of you need a shower when we get back.
Yeah. By the way, the dire wolf, yes, it stinks. It's fine. It's a wolf dog. Yeah, you're used to it. They smell kind of bad. Salamander, it's baked turds right now. It is horrible smell coming from him.
I look at the salamander. You're getting a bath when we go back.
Salamander reconsiders coming back.
Do I want to do
How do you bathe a salamander? This is the important question.
It
There.
is complicated.
We put it into lava.
No.
What?
It's not wrong.
No.
I don't have any though.
Yeah, is lava wet?
You ask very important questions regularly and often.
This is one of them.
This is, of course, one of them.
We need to know this answer.
Are you also Googling his...
Oh, wait.
Lava is a liquid state, so it therefore is wet. Yes.
Wait, does this also confirm that, therefore, water is wet?
Yes, it is.
Excellent. I just needed to hear it.
I suppose a reflection doesn't matter anyway, because it would just like melt all the dirt.
Oh, her hate.
Now, Mal, should we go to the tavern or should we teleport to the Phoenix?
question.
Oh yes. Speaking
I
of
don't-
which,
Cleaning that up.
with the teleportation circle, teleporting back to your tower, Abod's getting other Abod set up so that you don't lose progress on your teleportation circle.
Oh, true, yeah.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah. Just heads up, you're not going to lose that as a result of what happened on the previous
Yeah.
night.
Just
That's
say-
not your point.
Whoever killed our Abod extra is going to fucking die.
Probably. At some
Oh.
point. Either of
I
old
will-
age or the party.
I will ask the direwolf if he wants an actual bath this time, being in the marsh.
Direwolf does, yes.
Okay.
Direwolf
I
wants
will
a bubble
give him-
bath and towels and wants to sleep for 3 days.
I will give that promise to this direwolf.
The salamander wants troll for the future.
We will work. We will work to try and find you more trolls.
We'll teleport back to the tower because
Okay.
Abbott's dust needs to be cleaned as well.
Okay.
So we might
You
as well.
teleport back to the tower. During your investigations, while you're cleaning up, there's kind of this flash on the floor with your detect magic picking it up. As you pick up, the teleportation lights up, and you watch as 5 individuals rush through. You see Bern, you see Malcom, you see Featherwing, you see a very smelly salamander, and you see a very smelly direwolf rush through into the tower, which is barely large enough to fit all of you at this point.
We have arrived.
We're back.
That's
Meanwhile, Sasha's just
fresh
downstairs,
smell.
like feeding soup to the mildly catatonic rat.
Bern, he won't fit through the door, so can you shrink the salamander for now?
Direwolf won't fit through the door either.
Yeah, I'll twin spell shrink them. Yeah.
Okay. If with that minute you rush them downstairs into the hallway, as you rush them into your back room, the rest of you watch as this little salamander and little direwolf enlarge into this reeking, horrid smell of cooked turds. Just as they arrive in the room.
We're back.
Well, at least they're alive.
Sasha, time to bathe your.
You've got the homestone, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we got it.
Okay.
I wasn't just gonna leave 10,000 gold on the ground.
I should hope not.
Salamander direwolf partially expendable. Homestone? No.
No, they're not partially expendable.
They're not partially expendable. They're just not my responsibility.
That's
They're not
exactly
partially
it, isn't it?
expendable. They're completely expendable. Get the fucking host.
No, not completely expendable.
I can't sell them for 10,000 gold.
Okay. For the next few hours, you wash your direwolf and salamander. Salamander's reluctant, but you try. I'll say for the purposes of the fact that you're probably going to be taking a long rest here, you have a number of hours to yourself as you relax, get food, take care of your pets who will be staying here for now, because they want to
Yes.
rest after their little adventure. As you are preparing for your Hellrat friend, he wants to go on an adventure again. He doesn't want to necessarily leave your side as a group for now.
Yes. We got Rat
But
Friend,
thank you for it too.
and we've also brought him home.
Yes, you have brought him home. Your binding is complete. You may now leave the material plane. Malcolm?
I mean,
/
don't
enter
want-
the material plane, so...
I don't want to leave the material plane,
I
so
wanna leave.
Back to hell
I'm
with you.
done. I'm done leaving. I don't wanna
Here we go.
Yeah,
Let's
but-
guys, can we please make an agreement that unless we have to, don't leave this plane of existence again.
Please.
I need to.
okay.
You need to. That's part of the agreement. Unless you need to, and you do, I presume.
Okay.
I presume it's not because the giggles.
Is it wrong for me to say that I need to get an egg of one of those iron worms?
Yes.
Tame one.
Look, that would be a major boost to military power in the Barrenlands. You know how much money that thing would be worth?
Yes, I am. I am well aware.
And And how much it will cost to maintain.
Yeah, but
Ooh.
still.
But
What-
when it eats an entire city, I think it balances out.
It's not
Yes.
that, it's not quite that big.
That's even
It
to
could.
the
I'm not
alliance.
saying it does it all in one.
Oh,
Just,
that's
Lights.
just teleport it to the alliance. It's that simple.
Just leave it there.
Leave it there to grow.
All right, I'm gonna need all of your characters to roll Constitution saving throws to see if they live for campaign 2. Party has dropped a sandworm on campaign 2 party.
Oh my god.
Just roll luck rolls if we encounter it or not.
Oh my! Oh, add it to the encounter table. Perfect.
Add it to the account as 100 or as a 1.
As 100 on a D100 roll. Yes, a CR30 creature at level 4 sounds fun.
Okay.
I'm looking
How
forward to it.
fast is it?
How far? Borrow speed is very fast.
Yeah, I think.
Anyway, so you rest.
Yes.
You rest. You take in note. New Abbot arrives. He kind of takes note in his tower, takes up his stuff again, puts on his robe, attunes to his staff as well as the various wands. As they look through the journal, the stuff in his bag of holding was obviously gone, which included a lot of valuable GP components, and it's going to take a while for him to set back up. Including the gold needed to carry on doing your teleportation circle. Abbot is, however, willing to carry on doing so regardless. He will fund it himself, given that you paid a lot for it and
How much was that?
he lost it. I believe it's like 600 gold at this point. Because he's 4/10 of the way there or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, but he's willing to pay for the coverage of that just to keep it going on that. As they look around the tower and do various things, you discovered everything that they discover about it. The glyphs of warding that were otherwise destroyed were destroyed by some magic that is not similar to Dispel magic. It was otherwise had a martial aspect to it.
Yeah. Let's, if we get any more items like those crests, maybe keep them downstairs.
Abbot and speaking to Abbot and Gree in that on that regard, they mention that they can, but the interesting thing, which is also noted as they do look this up, the anchorage crests are kept in a demi-plane for the purposes of Abbot's the only one who can actually get them. Whoever came in had access to that level of magic.
What level of magic?
8th demi-plane. They have the ability to straight up extract from one of his demi-planes, which is what the tripods are for.
Oh,
They're a focus
fuck.
for it. So whoever this individual is, or whoever these individuals are, they know some magic.
Yeah, we already know they cast Sunburst.
So, assuming it was the same person.
Yeah.
Assuming it was the same person, or assuming that it was the same people, you don't know.
That being the case, though, that person clearly, was not nearly as stealthy as this.
Is Elsyan around? Or is she
Elsyan is
upstairs?
around, yeah.
Elsyan, can you do a shard sense, potentially, providing you're not off your rocker?
I'm not off my rocker anymore. Just give me a moment. Okay, right. Shard sense.
Shard sense. I need to
okay.
roll. Give me a moment.
I'm sorry, guys. I've tried to hang on as long as I can. I've got a splitting headache. Is it alright if I head off for the night?
That's fine. You're probably not going to encounter the meteorite tonight, so
Okay.
I'll say
if we need to.
if you are heading there, we'll end the session when we get there so you don't miss anything.
Okay, cool. Thanks. Sorry,
That's fine.
it's been getting worse.
No, that's
Good
fine.
night, guys.
You take care of yourself.
Nice.
Yeah,
No.
look after yourself, buddy.
Got stuff on.
So,
Okay, calendar. Let's see. You are currently on.
So we're just leaving the session like that.
No.
I'm joking.
Alright, as you... Okay, so... As you go up, as you perform a shard sense, Elsyan, you concentrate. You feel your the energy pull. Not down and south. East.
East? How far east is it pulling me?
Localization, it's difficult to tell, but east of your position, not cross-world.
So does it feel like they're in this area?
It's on one of these two maps. So it's within the Empire, but whether it's on this map or this map, you're not sure. Otherwise, it's east of your position.
Okay. Well, it's closer. It's east of here.
East.
East. And it's within the Empire. I don't know exactly where or how close within the Empire.
Yeah. It's not dead east. East is a rough because you can't go, like, specific angles.
Should we inform the guys that control Adamantia of this now? Since, you know.
I fucking.
Let's go. Sleep.
Okay, that's interesting. So they're in the Empire.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Should we inform the guys that are in control of Adamantia?
The Needleman is back in the Empire.
Well, that they're back in the Empire, and then we got attacked again.
We should.
I
Probably.
can go down and speak with Rahal about it.
It might be good if we go together, just in case something fucky happens.
We should definitely inform them that Needleman is back. Especially if they can pass that information on.
Of course.
Yeah. So if they can get that information to Oregon fast.
Because for all we know, that's where he is.
Yeah.
That's actually a good point. Ogden's kind of east of her, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
Of course. I mean, there's plenty of other places that are also east of here.
Yeah.
We don't know.
He's the guy that actually got through Oregon without being seen.
Okay.
Let's do that in the morning. What time is it now?
It's probably, given the shard sense, I'd say probably about 5, 6 p.m.
So early.
It is early.
we should probably be thinking about this meteor, shouldn't we?
What?
The meteor.
Yes.
We should be heading on tomorrow as early as possible.
Yeah,
So
we can.
It's an early night tonight.
I have one thing I'd like to get done, but beyond that, I'm good to head off to bed soon.
Anything you need help with?
Maybe Bern, perhaps you can help me with this.
Fun.
Abod's glyphs of warding were meddled with. By some means I'm not familiar with. But it left behind some remnant of them. I'm wondering if we can figure out what the glyphs initially did, we may be able to go some ways to reverse engineering the means used to take them apart. Get a better sense of what our opponent is capable of.
Yes. I was also wondering, could we try and get one of those vision type things they had in Dark Ruin? Also known as the surveillance cameras he had in his room.
Oh. I know what you mean.
Well,
If it was done via some form of martial potential thing, could it be similar to when I dispel with my axe?
That is a thought. I don't suppose any of you can create glyphs of warding.
Sasha
for-
can.
I can't.
She's not got it prepared this day, though.
No, that's fair.
that's fair.
This would be an interesting experiment to do at some point, but it's not a priority.
Fair.
We can
Fair.
see if it has a similar effect, or if it's a bit different.
The abbot has it. That's in the tower.
He does, yes.
Can he create a low-level one?
Huh?
Can he create a low-level one for me to try on?
Pretty sure.
Regular abbot can. It will cost you 100 GP because of the way Glyph of Warding works.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm happy to pay for that.
Okay.
If it helps.
He draws a quick Glyph of Warding. You pay him the 100 GP. You go ahead and use your axe. As you take the swing using the Dispel Magic on it, your axe kind of glimmers and shines. You watch as the lines are dispersed and split, and this large seam of kind of cut energy shoots through the middle, almost identical to that of the damaged glyphs in Abbot's Tower.
So they're using the same kind of weapon.
Using the same kind of weapon. But they dispelled about 12 to 15 of them.
Without Abbot noticing from the looks of it.
Or they did it after.
What if it's an anti-magic blade?
Anti-magic could work. Could have done it. I mean,
Does anti-magic like just destroy the glyph, or does it cancel it for the time being?
I'm trying to remember what it does to magic effects. I believe it.
Anti-magic, for the purposes of effects, it suppresses concentration or persistence-based effects, unless they have dispel, or until dispelled as their duration. Which I believe Glyph of Warding has.
Until dispelled or triggered.
Yes. So in this case, they would be completely wiped.
And Abbot was this body of Abbot was a simulacrum, wasn't it?
Correct.
So, I would know this as I do have simulacrum.
You would know this as you do have simulacrum. It costs the ruby, and that then goes into that, but then becomes powdered
Until dispelled.
and
So if
until
magic
dispelled
was
as
used on
well.
the left, they would be destroyed, right?
The ruby is destroyed because it's used on consumption, but then the material which forms up his body wouldn't necessarily be destroyed because it's what he's made up of.
Yeah.
No, I meant the glyph of warding. They'd be destroyed.
The glyph of warding would be completely destroyed, yeah.
It fits with what happened. Yeah.
However, from what Elsyan says, the simulacrum is until dispelled. That's probably what instant killed him.
Yeah.
So it is anti-magic then.
Is that what could have
It
happened
does
to the
appear
bag
to
of holding? Are they a form of magic?
Bag of holding is a form of magic. The thing is, if you were to use an anti-magic sphere, so
Items get disabled for a while.
Just talking for.
So in this situation, if you were to use anti-magic sphere, as you, from having a little bit of experience with it previously, if you were to use an anti-magic sphere and walk over a glyph of warding, the glyph of warding would cease to exist and the markings would no longer exist.
Right.
They would just be disabled and disappear. There wouldn't be a marked scar through the middle of them. So, as your testing has suggested, it seems to be more of a weapon cut, some form of dispel magic, rather than anti-magic sphere.
I mean anti-magic sphere, I meant anti-magic blade.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Yeah. There is one thing which you do know, and this is just as a general note as well, which I actually forgot in the inventory until I actually looked through. Its bag of holding contains Feng's blade.
Oh, bugger.
That is now floating somewhere in the Astral Sea, I'm guessing.
Bag of holding, its item is suppressed if it were anti-magic, but the bag of holding has been, it's not there. So it hasn't necessarily been destroyed, it might have just been taken.
Someone's nicked it. Ugh.
That would end poorly for them, if I'm remembering correctly.
From what you remember, yes. The
Unless
curse of the
they're
blade
not-
means that it will return to the owner, who is otherwise attuned to it, which remains as Feng, within a certain amount of time, and the wielder is usually found dead. However, for some reason, the combination of Hallow and the protective wards that resided around Abbot's Tower, including, as you are now a wizard, you would understand this, Private Sanctum, protected against divination magic. So for one reason or another, when the blade was in that combination, it wasn't returned to Feng. Through the combination of Hallow and the Private Sanctum.
Hmm. Okay.
Oh, one other thing about Demi. How much would Queglod know about that?
Given that it's one that is in her spell list and you're getting close to the point of leveling up,
And
you'd
what's
understand that the nature of it is that you can create a demiplane and it will exist for as long as the individual keeps it up. So I think it's an hour. After that, they can access it from anywhere else. However, Abod created a tripod which allowed him to access a singular demiplane without expending a spell slot. So anything that was in that demiplane is now gone. It's been completely cleared out.
Right. Only because the spell's description states that you can use it to access currently existing demiplanes if you know their nature and contents.
Yeah.
So if the way the tripod worked told the intruder that, and they knew what they were looking for, they didn't necessarily have to do any. They just needed to cast the spell.
They just needed to cast the spell, correct?
Yeah, they didn't need to do anything fancy to figure out how to get the room.
The main thing that you do also know, though, as a result of Elsyan being here, Nysil's Private Sanctum is present still in the tower. It is a permanent enchantment. As it currently stands, it remains in this place. So if someone were to try and use demiplane or to try and scry on an object or anything like that, they can't locate the demiplane without knowing its exact contents.
Right.
All you have to do is add a silver spoon to the mix and suddenly it becomes a little bit more difficult to access a plane such as that.
So you have to know everything that's contained.
You have to know the exact stuff that's in there, yeah.
Okay.
Not necessarily to the exact measurements, so you don't need to know, oh, there's a wooden horse that's 3 foot wide and like 2 foot tall or something. You don't need to know that. You could just say wooden horse and be able to access it.
Fair.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So, whoever did this must have been powerful, but not. It's not necessarily outside of the realm of what is achievable.
I will say, roll me a charisma check. Bern and Queglod, roll one each. This is for your investigation and trying to reverse engineer the aspect of what you were trying to figure out before. So 21 for you and Bern. You have one lucky left. Just
straight charisma.
Straight charisma. Okay.
Yeah, that's a big goal.
That's a 31 because you get the +5 from it being a natural 20. You look through each of the spells or each of the glyphs. You look at the runes, you look at their structure. They are strong glyphs, to say the least. There are a few 3rd level ones in here with spells that you otherwise look at and you go, okay, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But then you begin to watch as they begin to kind of spawn and collect together. Quite a lot of the spells that have been put into glyphs here, that have been purposefully put in, seem to chain off of one another to form defensive barriers. The ones around the windows seem to create walls of force around the window itself to either lock someone in or prevent them from entering. You see that there's one in the middle of the room which is a Bigsby's hand to stop people to strike or impose or do something similar to stop people from doing stuff. As well as hold monster spells, hold person spells. There's 2 on the base of the demiplane altar, both of which are modify memory spells. Presumably to wipe a person's memory and prevent them from doing anything. Potentially giving someone enough time to find them. You find various others as well that are linked around here that connect to spells such as seeming, to change the entire interior of this to something new. Oh no, not seeming. What is it? It's the other illusion one, which makes an entire area look like something else.
Oh god, I know it. I looked it up. Possibly.
I think it's a
Seeming's
seven.
one that makes you can make a
Makes
load of people
look
completely
like something.
to a point where you can barely detect it, even
Yeah.
through special means, I believe. Need to double check it though.
Yeah.
Hallucinatory terrain?
Hallucinatory terrain? Yeah, that one. Yeah, that you have to in close inspection looks at. Yeah, you have those. You see one that has been set up for guards and wards. Just set up an instantaneous, like, you can't leave difficult section to this, adding almost like a mini semi-dungeon if it were to go off, preventing an intruder from leaving. And the final three that you find that are in the that are behind various areas. One that lies at the head of his bed. One that lies on the above the door, which is currently not activated yet, and one that lies behind the tripod. 3 of them are connected with disintegration spells, targeted at individuals with hostile intent to attack and kill or to otherwise acquire from Abbott. He was very defensive about this. He made sure that he was protected. He made sure that he had defenses in place, but it didn't matter.
What can man do against such reckless destruction? Nothing.
Obviously, not a lot.
No.
For all that, though, there didn't seem to be a lot of divination magic. I guess because of Private Sanctum.
Correct.
Which means, although that it would have taken a lot of power to defeat the to get past all those wards, if you have that power to get them before they go off, getting past Abbott is potentially just a matter of conventional stealth.
What do you think? Just do the mundane and it will work.
Possibly.
Each of these wards, because of the way Glyph of Warding works, it has a 30-foot radius for the casting range, which encompasses the entire room. Every single one of these glyphs should go off, with the exception of the doorway to the window on the other side of the room.
And what's the activation range? I guess that's
The activation range is 30 feet,
okay.
which means the only place they could have stood was the windowsill.
Huh.
True, but it's definitely not impossible to get to the windowsill.
Oh yeah, very much so. You can climb in from the outside.
Yeah. It's difficult to say.
And you look it over and you puzzle it over. I'd say with that higher roll and the information that you've kind of gathered so far, the individual, for one, can't have entered the room. If they had done, the ones above the door would have gone off. Second of all, whatever their ability is, it has a maximum range of 30 feet. It didn't affect the ones on the wall, on the ones above the door, but it did affect the ones around the rest of the room. Thirdly, if they never entered the room, how did they acquire the bag of holding and the access to the demiplane? The only way through that would be divination magic, but they didn't have such, which means they've been here before to actually know where everything is in this room, because they can't use detect magic to find the glyphs of warding. The only reason you're able to do it, I'd say, is because you're inside the private sanctum and you're actually welcome inside of it.
Okay.
Because I believe you can designate a number of creatures that are allowed in and out to not be affected.
A lot of this almost doesn't seem to add up. I just can't understand how anyone could have gotten the amount of information needed to pull this off.
Did they move the stuff after Abod lost his arm? Because there was a siege before, wasn't there?
There was an attack before, yeah, and he moved the Acroin orbs to a demiplane.
Right, so even if they sort of come in at that siege, the demiplanes would have changed what the contents was, and the rooms had changed around, so he wouldn't have known. So inside job, maybe?
What, one of our staff members?
Well, staff members, or maybe some of the higher ups from, I don't know, Oregon.
You know,
Because they came and inspected the
hold
tower.
on. Grim, or not Grim. My goodness. Bern,
Yeah, mate.
you're very quiet. Very, very, very quiet.
Oh, I didn't know he was talking.
What kind of weapon could have made the grooves on the wall?
I would say those who use weapons can make me I'll say an intelligence check for this. So this would be Bern, Rook, and Malcom and Sasha. So I'll roll for Sasha.
I've got my...
I want to say I have, on exactly one instance, used a weapon.
Okay, fair enough. I'll allow the other you two to both as well, because you've got your umbrella sword and you've got
What am I?
Okay.
What am I
If it was a
Intelligence.
dagger, I've got
Intelligence.
flat intelligence.
just straight intelligence.
Straight intelligence.
Go on, it's a 10.
It's a 10? Elsyan?
What,
Yeah, it's not-
Did you really get another nat 20?
Straight
Yeah, he
intelligence.
did.
Straight intelligence, yeah.
That's off natural 14 there, isn't it? So 9.
So 19.
I got 19 as well.
19 Rook,
14.
14, and Bern. Natural 20.
57 with a nat 20.
Okay. You begin to look at the grooves. There are a few things you note. Some of them are smaller grooves, some of them are finer, some of them are larger. The ones near the windows are larger. The ones further away are very fine, and then the ones within about 10-15 feet are thinner. An array of weapons has been used here. Queglod, you recognise the daggers, which have otherwise been thrown since which were thrown and otherwise caused the dispelling on the furthest ones away. The ones closest, by the looks of it, seem to be that of a short sword. And Elsyan, you pick that up, given your weapon. The others perplex the rest of you, though. Nothing would be that fine a blade except for a rapier, but it wouldn't reach that far. And then, Bern, you remember what it could be. You think back to the day just gone by, or even it's just happened. The fight in the arena. Whips. Of
Yeah, I was about to.
some form of whip that's a long range, fine cut, and otherwise has sliced through the magic here. There is an array of weapons that have been used here. This person has been equipped. And they have expendable uses, whatever they had. They would have had to have thrown one dagger at each of these. If they had a one charge use, if they had multiple charge, they would have had to have used something like Mage Hand to retrieve it. But either way, the cuts are uniform with those three weapons. Short sword, a whip, and throwing knives.
I need to go talk to Rahal like now.
Okay.
Is that okay with everybody?
Yeah.
I would
sure.
say that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm heading to Rahal.
Queglod, roll me a history check.
Oh boy.
Nice.
There we go. You think about this. It travels through your mind, you begin to think over everything. Abbott was attacked, disintegration spell was used, Abbott lost an arm. Whoever it was able to stand in the center of the room. There weren't as many glyphs then, and the glyphs that were there were resisted. He doubled up, he made more glyphs. Each of the glyphs has been destroyed and otherwise marred or wounded in some way. You see that there is a pile which used to be Abbott. He was either dispelled or killed instantly, potentially more disintegration, you aren't sure. The weapons, the posture, this is the same person. As you kind of begin thinking through this, laying it all out in your mind in front of you, as the rest of your party's kind of going through, Malcom walks off to help Rahal. Your brain just begins kind of ticking, and then for that moment, there's a flash of something, an inspiration which you know of. You think back, long time ago,
Oh god.
hundreds of years ago. You know of one person who uses whips and daggers in a natural way. An arcane trickster of great power with the surname of Prill.
Yeah, I was worried that's what you were going to say.
Your grandfather. But
Oh,
he's
boy.
dead. You don't understand it, but it strikes you for that split second. He was a very skilled arcane trickster. He stole from many, bodies and items alike. He was skilled and he was very capable. The disintegration doesn't make sense, though. You begin to think through, and as you kind of look, you understand what potentially has transpired. Potentially multiple members of your family were here. It might not have been one of them. It may have been more of them. You know that your grandfather worked with your sister, and you know that your sister is opposed to your parents. You know that your sister is powerful. She has acquired magics beyond natural potential. She has become a stronger wizard.
Yes.
And you know your grandfather supported her.
Wait.
It's uncertain as to whether your grandfather, given that he is dead, for certain he died of old age, means that he is an undead minion potentially, if this is correct. But your brain kind of thinks this through. If he is, your sister wouldn't have done it. Which means one of your parents was here. Either before or yesterday.
Not good.
Could have been worse.
Not what you want to hear.
Malcolm, I'm coming with you.
Same.
I think we should all go.
This is bad.
I don't want to be alone with you. With that. I don't want to be alone anymore.
You head down with Malcolm, heading down to Rohal, down into the Undercity. With urgency, you plough into the room. Screw orthodox methods. The guards, they react, but then they don't. As you burst into the room, Rohal is currently there, leaning over the table, kind of getting a look over, as you watch as her face has gone pale. As she's looking over this map, and she just begins, like, she's muttering. As you enter, she looks up with a harsh look before she relaxes slightly. Ring, ring.
She's got a phone call. Have you also got a speller stone?
Yes, she has.
Good to know.
So, what do you say?
First, before I say anything, can I try and see what this map is?
I will say you recognize it. It is a map of Oregon.
Oh,
Are there any markings?
No.
A map of Oregon. The
Correct.
I
shows
don't like
towards
where this is
Oregon.
going.
Okay, my brain is going. It could be a number of things happening. It could be fine. It could be perfectly fine.
They're in the east, guys.
Okay.
I know, Infernal. I get it. But let us believe until Chris confirms our fears.
I walk up and I say, okay, we have things to say, and obviously something is going on there.
You're right there.
Would you mind explaining first?
You're asking her to explain first?
I want to know what's going on.
She looks at you. You were involved in it originally. Do you remember Professor Flynn?
Yes.
He has been found dead by the hands of the individual who tried to assassinate Hurricane in the middle of the flagged district.
They found him.
He is
That's
dead
why it-
midday today. They assassinated him in broad daylight. A lot of people saw, eyewitnesses. And we were charged with keeping him safe, myself and Rohal, or Reagan.
That's why they took his soul.
That's why they took it. We didn't see it, and now he's dead too.
Druid.
Last I checked, they
What
were
about? Hold up.
collected.
What
Nope.
about his daughter?
We have no whereabouts of his daughter. We don't know. We haven't seen her.
That is bad.
Elsyan,
Yes.
this entity travelled overland when you were able to sense it before, right?
Before, all I know is that this entity was east, and it was in the Empire. And you know what's east of here? Oregon.
No, earlier than that.
Earlier than that.
When you left for a while, you sensed it moving.
Oh God, I can't remember.
When you're at the Emerald Glade, was it? Or going down that way? You sensed it go through Oregon.
Long time ago, you sensed it
Yeah,
pass
it
by.
was-
It was in Oregon, and then it went from Oregon and it went south.
Yeah. So it went all around from our calculations, but who knows what it could have done.
But that suggests to me it can't teleport.
The guy with the shadow can't yet.
it suggests that it can't teleport and really doesn't want to go through the mountains.
The guy that was with the shadow guy can teleport.
They can teleport.
That's true, but you sensed it still in Oregon
Yes.
recently.
And if the modus operandum of the attempted kill here, it might have been just because everything went south and they couldn't get the kill. They decided to just cut and run. But if they still had the teleporter, then the teleporter girl, then they would be they would have used them to get out of there. They possibly want something more in Oregon, as my thought.
Has someone, by the way, someone explain something to me? Who's Professor Flint?
Yeah, that is a question that I
Professor Flynn. He remember when there was an attack on the academy and Sasha got thrown like a cannonball.
No.
I do not remember.
Jamie, you weren't there for this.
With
Oh,
the
right.
guys.
Yeah, I remember.
You were
Professor
behold then,
Flynn
but yeah.
was the person that we were trying to talk to then.
What were we trying to do then? What for? What were we talking to?
I wanted to talk to him about what Arachne was going through. It was after she got attacked. After she took an attack for me and almost died. Back at the spider nest with the vampire plant.
Was it Adamantium?
That was in Adamantia, yes.
So he's dead. He had a daughter?
I think his
So
headset became unplugged.
Yeah. Right, so he had a daughter.
You're muted, Sudz.
Hello?
I'm not sure if that's what it is. We heard you then.
We heard you, yeah.
Sorry, I was talking to somebody.
Yeah.
What was that? I got my Discord got disconnected.
He had a daughter, you said?
Yes.
What did
The reason why it's bad that we can't find his daughter is because the research that they were after when they attacked him at the academy was stored within his daughter.
Huh. That could be.
And if they've got his soul now, that's going to be a problem.
Reagan and I sent him to Adamantia to be watched over by the academy there. He became a teacher. He and his daughter went there. He was from what he told us, he was a turncoat from the Alliance. He used to work for the Ambergrin and was a master of the biological manipulation, creating creatures that were far stronger than us. Animals, direwolves, creating aberrations. Something that no person should have access to. That's why we hid him. That's why we put so much effort into this. It was below what we thought the council needed to know. We have since learned from that. He has paid for it with his life. What was your reasoning for coming down here? Can't be worse, surely.
I
Our
turned
tower,
Queggles.
our tower was attacked. Layers upon layers of magical defenses, sliced through with almost no difficulty. Avod's simulacrum was destroyed before it even knew what was happening. I believe that, based on what was taken and the method that was used, so I believe, based on the method and what was taken, that one of my parents was responsible.
I see. Do they have means of teleportation? Would they be nearby still?
I'm not certain.
Or from the markings, they must have teleported there. Or somehow. They didn't enter through the doorway or the window.
No, they came in through the window.
Oh.
Yeah,
They just disabled all the traps within the area.
Oh yeah, from the window, yeah, okay.
We did encounter them somewhere in the Empire, in the mountain, and later on, I was able to observe them back in the Highlands. So they must have some means for traveling quite quickly.
So they wouldn't be nearby.
Not necessarily. Also, I was going to say I'd be head off soon.
No, that's fine. So they attacked... They attacked the Abbot's Tower, an attack in Oregon at the same time.
But we're not sure if they're related.
She kind of pauses and just looks over the map. Her face is completely pale and drained of strength. Right. I'm going to need to contact the others and get this all sorted out. Thank you for letting me know. I'll tell the others to keep an eye out and be on high alert.
Oregon must be in shambles right now.
You're telling me.
Surprised we haven't had a summon.
I'll try and see if I can scry on his daughter, see if she ended up with them or not. If she's not with them, we need to find her. We need to get her somewhere safer than...
I think the only place safe right now is the king.
Wild speculation here. They wouldn't be going for the big guy in charge, would they?
Emperor?
That's the one, thank you. They wouldn't. That would be too insane even for them, right?
Who knows? We don't know what kind of power that they have. We know 2 of them. And there's more than just
Rahal
2.
kind of intercedes. If they were going to kill the Emperor, they would have done it already. And they wouldn't have made a public display of killing Professor Flint.
Just, that is comforting in a weird way.
There were
I presume we're no longer
eyewitnesses.
evil, right?
Yeah, none of you are no longer evil now.
Wait, none of us are no longer evil?
No, right? So there were witnesses. Is there a description of the assailant?
The attacker?
Yeah.
Same as the one that you described and that Hurricane mentioned when you were attacked.
The syringe guy. Excellent. Right. Him.
Malcolm, were you going to scry, seeing as you mentioned it?
Yeah, sure. Why not? I'll scry on his daughter.
Okay. As you sit down and focus, the rest of you watching as Malcolm begins to focus, holding his staff in place, you watch as his face goes blank, the image being laid out before you. You feel yourself being pulled, traveling far across the earth towards somewhere. As you shoot down towards it, you recognize Oregon. Your image focuses in as you see a form in deeply lit light. You see a female form laid across a bed. You see that she is otherwise gagged, her eyes kind of open as she's kind of just crying there, lying on this kind of broken wooden bed with just a cloth for a mattress. As she lies there, you hear voices nearby. Ah, well, that went better than expected. We got what we came for. We'll leave in the morning. There's no rush. We want to make sure that we can get past it all without getting caught. I would agree. It's been a lot of energy, but I'm glad we got what we came for. And it feels good to have sunk my blade into him, a traitorous cur. You see as Professor Flynn's daughter just continues crying. She slightly struggles as you see the hooded form of the guy with the syringe move over and just slaps her. Quiet. No need for sniveling where you're going. Back to the Alliance. Back to your true home. He turns. You hear the moving of chairs behind. It's difficult. Oh, you alright? I heard popping.
I got DC.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, no, I am here, but I need to head up ASAP.
That's
so-
fine. We'll be ending. We'll be ending in just a moment. Yeah.
Cool.
As you hear this talking, you hear the robed form say once again, not being able to see them. It's going to be a long journey, but I'm glad we'll be able to get out. Will you be coming with us this time? As you hear a familiar voice say, not this time. Stay in Adamanthia for now. I don't think they suspect anything, but I'll try not to disappoint you this time.
Whose voice do I hear?
Hurricanes.
What?
As this is said, there is
I
a
immediately break the. I don't want this to be seen, so I am immediately breaking the scry.
Okay.
As soon as I realize it's hurricane, I immediately break it.
You break the scry.
Dad?
I look at Rohal. It's hurricane.
Sorry, what?
He's working with them, and they're still in Oregon with her.
Well, we need to get to Oregon then.
You need to
We
go.
need to
You
go.
need to go. Yes.
You want to come? Or do you need to stay here?
She looks down at the table. She looks up at Tiark, who goes, "Go. You need to go. Get there now."
Alright.
Let's go.
Teleporting to Oregon.
Teleportation circle or teleport?
Teleport. Do we need to get there now?
Okay. As you hold hands preparing for this, Kevlar left up in the top of your tavern.
We didn't tell him where we were going. He's going
As-
to be lost. My poor baby boy.
It's fine, he'll sleep on the sofa. You link hands quickly, knowing what happens, all of you just linking Sasha, the rest of the party, and Rahal. As you link hands, there is a moment of pause as you cast teleportation. You lift into the air, you land. Do you have a teleportation circle in Oregon? No.
They wouldn't give us access to it.
No, but you do have an associated object. Where would you like to be in Oregon?
Ask.
Where?
I'm getting us as close to the castle as possible.
Okay. As your feet land in the castle, or on the edge of the castle, the cresting sun over the nearby mountains, as it begins to turn into early dusk, that is where we will end our session for tonight.
Oh,
So,
you bastard.
thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. And next week we will return as the truth is beginning to unfold with this party. Thank you for watching.
Who's gonna break?
I trusted that tabaxi motherfucker.
So
Alright.
did I.
See you guys later. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Alright.